Sorry, I had my mic on mute. First time with this new software streaming stuff. Hey, what up? How are you guys doing tonight? It is awesome to have you as part of the show tonight. And we had a disastrous night last week, like in a worst way. We had we lost signal 6 times in the span of our 3-hour show. And I promised each and every one of you out there that we were going to get that straightened out. And we are in the process of getting it straightened out. So I have a new, streaming platform that I'm using. You can see it down here in the corner. It's called Ecamm Live. And it's a Mac-only program. I know. I was going to kind of work my way up from the cheapest to the most expensive and see at which point I would be able to make it work. And this has been a great thing, and I would not have been able to do these kinds of things without your guys' support. So I want to say, thank you. I'm so glad you guys are here, and I'm really, really looking forward to, having fun times and stability, being able to deliver the show the way that it is meant to be delivered. So we have a few different things to Sorry, guys. I hit the mic. I don't know. I inadvertently hit the mute button there. My bad. We got the highlighted chat thing there. Raven says Mike is gone. You guys will have it back here in just a second. The chat is like 20 or 30 seconds behind. But oh wow, is the chat actually working? My chat box, is it actually working? And I screwed it up. Wow, the chat box is kind of there. I had no idea. Anyway, guys, sorry about the mic mute there. I bet I hit a key or something that I shouldn't have, but we got it going there. Let's see, and there he goes. Can you hear me now? No? Oh, come on. Power man's on the horn. Actually, you're right. I had that just as a thing. Nobody tet? I don't know. It's not English. All right. I think I inadvertently muted the mic. I don't know how I did that. I'll have to review that when we're over. Let's see. Cleveland Brown says, got you now. That is the best news I've heard in a minute right there, Cleveland Brown. Let's see. So we're kind of doing our thing tonight on the new, we're using Ecamm Live, as I mentioned. That's what this watermark down in the bottom left, that stays there until I pay for it. And then if this works and everybody's happy, to do something, if we like it, then we'll stick with it, and that will be gone. I love the cats. My man Hornacious says you can touch my keys. That seems somewhat inappropriate. I don't know. I don't know why this changed the size either. That's weird. All right, we got it now, though. Everybody Gucci. Let's see. Alpha Tiger. Oh, sorry about that, brother. We got to try to get that set up. Just wanted to vent for a minute or two as to how big a swoogan strump is, meaning stump, I guess. Okay, so I when I was eating dinner earlier with wifey, we'll get to the going away dinner is going on right now, actually. I had a longtime member who doesn't post a lot, but who I respect nonetheless, messaged me tonight and said, listen, man, love the site, love what you do, love what BMAT, all and on. And I love the bunker, but Stump is driving me insane. And Stump and Talcy Tiger are driving me insane to the point that I really feel like I'm going to have to quit the site if those guys don't go. Boom! You know what I'm saying? And, it's like those two guys, they're not my favorite posters, obviously, but Stump has always been cool to talk to. Like when I'm like, hey, I need you to back down here, here, and here. Like he will. I think Talcy Tiger feels like he runs this place. So that's a little bit of a different situation. But I wish those guys would just calm down. And I know what you guys are doing. I know what they're doing, where they're kind of let me see. Hold on. Okay, I think the problem with this chat box in the middle, is that they're going away too soon, and they need to stick up longer, and that's something that I have to kind of fix away from this application. So I have to work on that later, and I'm going to put that on the list. Okay, first time through, guys. Hey, man, I'm a new guy. I'm a beginner. I'm just a beginner. Chat time box word. Pocket Watch says Talcy Tiger needs help. It's nonstop with him. Yeah, I mean, I like Stump more than I like Talcy Tiger, and that's just me. And I don't agree with either one of them all that often, but I don't know. Corny Mofo says, and ignore them. That's pretty much how it works for me. But I mean, I'm coming from a different perspective, right? Where everybody's a customer to some degree, right? I mean, even the people I really, really like. So yeah, Talcy, spelled incorrectly, is a devout Marxist. I don't think that's true. Let's see. Pocket Watch. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Yeah, if they could be higher, you're totally right, bro. I'm not able to fix that right now is the problem, Pocket Watch. I didn't think it would work when I was running this in the tests, which is really hard to do without you guys chatting. I didn't want to tell you guys we were doing a show and then not being able to do it. I have to change the size of this. And it didn't work when it was just testing. And I was like, daggone it, I couldn't make the damn thing work. But now it's working, and now I know how to adjust it, but I just can't do it right now. It would require me to go on break or something. I mean, I have to go to a different site and figure that out. In fact, should I just kill it? Is it distracting? Probably is. Raven says, I love that. Oh, dadgummit, I grabbed the wrong thing. That's what she said. Raven says, I love that JG's always trying to improve. It's the way our head football coach should be. Always getting a dig. Man, by the way, that old school obby right there, man, looks sharp as hell. Ravin? Ravin? I think it is. I was screwing that up, and I got straightened up. My man, Georgia Rebel, what up, JG from Southwest Georgia? What's going on, bro? It is awesome to have you here. I was on the Oxford Exxon podcast, the Thursday night show that they do over there, our friends at Rebel Groves, and I saw you there. Saw Leif B, my man Leif B there, and Avery, of course, who said what up earlier in the show. Love you guys. Obviously, I like the folks at Ole Miss. I always had a great time at Ole Miss, and my daughter almost went to Ole Miss. So love you guys. Appreciate your support over here. I try to go over there. I actually dropped a super chat for them on the OEP, on Thursday night because I like to support them. Yeah. War Eagle 008, he's answering a question that he knows the answer to. Are we drinking tonight? Well, hell yes, we're drinking tonight. I have a page just for that. Let's see if I can get it there. Boom, got him. Tonight's bourbon is the Jefferson's Ocean Aged at Sea. I have it right here. And it's the cask strength version. Right there, as you can see it. Now, this is an interesting pour. First of all, I've never had this. Second of all, this came in from our friend Michael M. from California, who is a supporter of really everything we do at auburnsports.com. This show, the bunker, the rundown, everything. He just takes it all in, and he's a big-time fan. And he sends us stuff. He sent us the Blinking Owl. He sent us the Bardstown Bourbon Company stuff that we got last week, that we were drinking last week, the Discovery No. 2 batch. And now he sent us some Jefferson's Ocean Aged at Sea cask strength, and this is from Voyage 21. The gig with this one is, so they take this stuff. The Jefferson's people put barrels in a cargo liner, and it goes out to sea, and it goes from, wherever, Savannah. I think it starts in Savannah often, ends up in wherever the hell it goes across the equator and out in the world and whatnot. And boom, we got our first. Hold on, I got to switch this back. My bad. Here, I can just put it over here. No, I can't. We'll just put it right here. It's close. Stoop Up with the first super chat of the night. And we always know you're going to be there for us, Stoop Up. Appreciate you, brother. I would have been a beta if you needed someone to test. Wait, I think that came out wrong. New layout looks good, though. Appreciate you, Stoop Up. Always here with us, man, on the show. And you've been a supporter for a really, really long time. All the way back to the Habatin, which actually came up recently for me because I'm in a Facebook group with former Gannett cast-offs, okay? I used to work for a big newspaper company called Gannett at the Montgomery Advertiser. They owned the Advertiser. And we have a group of people who worked for Gannett who are now gone. And in that group, my former super boss, like the lady who ran the whole newsroom at the Advertiser, was like being discussed on it. And it was like, she's such a visionary. And I'm telling you guys, she was horrible. She's the opposite of a visionary. And so I said something in there about it. And she was like, just can't get over it, huh? I'm just like, all the things I want to say right now, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. I don't know where the hell I even came out with that. But Stoop Up, appreciate you, bro. Very much for that. I mean, you're just an absolute beast. Just an absolute psycho mad lad. We love you. Pocket Watch says Garnett is awful. Gannett, but that's cool. It's all good. Whoa. We got another super chat, this time coming in from War Eagle 0008, a former caller to the show. Hopefully he'll call again. Says, glad we're drinking. Thanks for doing the show. Oh, missed it. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much for the super chat, sir. I didn't miss any, did I? Good golly. So much going on. I didn't expect, we haven't even put this on the bunker yet. And we got a lot going on. I'm really surprised. Just did a search. Sounds interesting. Yeah, so back to the Jeffersons. My bad. So Michael M. hooked me up with this. I've never had this. I've had some Jeffersons. My wife bought some that was like finished in sherry casks or something. I don't know. And it's delicious, but I don't drink it because it's hers. But anyway, we're going to hit this. This is the first time I've had this. And we're gonna pour a little something here and see how it goes down. Tell me what you guys are drinking out there, yo. What have y'all got? I know AU Taxman, if he's here. Has he been here? I know he's got something good. He's always got something good in the glass. Hell, a lot of you guys know what's going on. But I didn't finish the story on this. So they put them in casks, and they put them in shipping, like barges and shit. I don't know. Like, ships. And they cross the seas. I'm sure it's like part of they're going somewhere else anyway. Hey, do you mind putting these casks on here, and we'll have a guy that stays with them or whatever? I don't know. Seems like it could be semi-dangerous. I mean, it's flammable. But anyway, so it goes from here and there and South America and Africa and Asia and wherever the hell it goes. It seems kind of corny to me. Like, not corny, like corny mofo, but like just like a marketing ruse, This one right here, first beverage of the night, goes to Stoop Up. Appreciate you jumping in on the super chat there on our first time on Ecamm Live. Okay, what have we got here? Oh my goodness. Look at this stuff. You guys are absolutely psychos. Hornacious, aka Love the Cats, super chat from Love the Cats. O equals 8. I didn't know you were a mathematician, brother man, but thank you very much for that. That's incredible. Got one from Leif, my man Leif B in Davis County, Kentucky. Says, hot damn, my son is already asleep, so Dad, get some chill and brain drain time. It means we're going to be drinking. I didn't ever know what your avatar was until I see it now. Leif, I couldn't really tell what it was when I was looking at it. That's interesting. I like it. And I like you too. I do want to give Leif a big shout. I did get the hats. Oh, no. Administrative assistants got to bring those up here. I didn't want to wear it on the show, though. Hold on, I got to text administrative assistant. So Leif, who is also one of the mad lads that sends us stuff, who sent us some liquor too, that we have enjoyed. The White Dog Buffalo Trace, which is You got to be in the right mental frame of mind to do that. Hold on just a second. I can't talk and text at the same time. So anyway, it's Leif sent me and the administrative assistant one, and it says Commonwealth of Bourbon. It looks like the Kentucky seal, but it says Commonwealth of Bourbon, and it's blue, and it's a badass hat. I've never seen one like it, and we were both just smitten with it. I was actually wearing it earlier, but I did my hair, of course, for the show. So let's see. Stoop Up says, I win. Gonna hit some Jefferson's Reserve later. That's a really solid beverage right there. Corny's Drinking Gentleman Jack. Cleveland Brown Mi Campo Tequila. Whoa, better be careful with that. Although I trust you. I know that you know what you're doing with that stuff. Let me get back to... Okay, so we are doing the Jefferson's Ocean Aged at Sea. This is the Voyage 21 version, so obviously each voyage has its own thing. I don't even know if that's legit. It is a blended whiskey. I believe it's 3 different juices, each of them between 6 and 8 years old. I thought, at 112 proof, it would be hot. It doesn't seem particularly hot, particularly on that front end. It's not. It doesn't have a harsh pop on it. It's smooth on the front end. But I was actually watching something else when I was drinking it. I don't know. And their mash bill is undisclosed. A lot of these, I've been able to find out what the mash bill is on that. But Jefferson's from, I think they'll tell you about their regular Jefferson's, which I think is 60% corn. And then the other stuff is, I don't know, it's like secret or whatever. All right, let's go back to our main page here. Is Leif Lewis? No, Leif is that's Leif B from Rebel Groves. I don't know if Leif's handle on Rebel Grove is Leif B. I don't know, but he's Leif B from known widely for his work on the Oxford Exxon podcast. I hope we get a Raven says, I hope we get a very eloquent description of tonight's bourbon. Yeah, let me hit it again, Ravine. Sorry. And let's go through this again because I was busy doing other stuff. By the way, your avatar looks awesome with that super chat color or that chat color there. It's like perfect. Well, my blue needs to be darker, doesn't it? Something else we can work on later. I love being able to highlight some of the comments, though. Leif B says, I would super chat money to Corny 6 or Corny Mofo so that he could drink some Kentucky bourbon instead of Gentleman Jack. I bet you Corny knows his way around a few bottles of Kentucky bourbon. William Taylor in the house. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Glad to have you, brother, man. Appreciate you being on the show, as usual. I see you around quite a bit. Let's see. Canoe Man says, I thought it was a marketing ploy, too. However, there are a lot of differences in the voyages. I was reading up on this earlier, and apparently there's people who really believe that the odd-numbered voyages taste better than the even-numbered voyages, because they take different routes. And maybe, I guess the concept is that it's going to be in the ship, so it's going to get banged around a bunch. It's going to soak up whatever's left, whatever's in the stays, whatever's in the actual barrel. And then maybe there'll be more salt water in it. I don't know if this stuff's on the outside of the ship. I didn't go into that deep with it, But, yeah, let's hit this. Okay, so to me, it has kind of an oily front end, which is good. I mean that in a good way. Really inoffensive. Like when I drink regular Jefferson's, it's really inoffensive to me. It's not. This is not. It's not super bad. Hey, thoughts on the chat here? So I got the chat box here in the middle, and it's screwed up. It's not working right. That's 100% on me. I just wasn't able to simulate that until we actually got going. And so, yeah, obviously I need to, first of all, y'all's messages need to stay on longer, and it needs to go from top down instead of bottom up, I think. But either way, and I can't resize it. Well, I can resize it a little bit, but not enough. Yeah, I don't know. I just screwed it up. That was actually the hardest thing to kind of put together for me, because it's I don't know, it's weird. All right. Let's see. What am I missing here? Okay. Ryan D says, "Hey guys, it's been a while. I'm back. Drinking some Angel's Envy. Ooh, that's a delicious one. You don't hear about as much. From Louisville. I think it was the first. Leif might be able to correct me on this. I think it was the first one to really start. They were the first bourbon, to really start playing around with, okay, we're going to come up with this juice and we're going to age it in X casks, whether it's sherry or cognac or whatever. I think they were the ones that really got into that the first time. Let's see. Pocket Watch says, you getting this, Commodore? I mean, I'm seeing some of this stuff, yeah. What's going on? Please don't apologize today. Just upgrade from Windows 95. Everything's working, right? Plus, I have sound effects, too. How about that, huh? Oh, I got this really annoying DJ air horn. Let's see what you guys think about this. Also came up with a few just for my own enjoyment. Tally. I don't know if you guys watch South Park, but Tally, like, he's the man. And I even got a Tally sound here.
Let's see. No.
Come on, Tally. The guy said you had the security system in your memory banks.
Hey, it's been a long time.
You just have no long-term memory because you get high all the time.
Don't preach to me, fatso.
I can preach to you all I want because you're stupid.
You're stupid.
Yeah, you're a towel.
You're a towel.
I love Tally. I absolutely love Tally. He's the man. Let's see. Leif B says, I think you're right. As far as Angel's Envy goes, you have a really cool new distillery in downtown Louisville. I have not been there, but I have had some Angel's Envy, and I think it's delicious. Okay, so we got the bourbon. We also need to talk as far as things going on that we need to talk about. We need to talk about, air horn. I came up in your face. Oops, pal. Surprise. Oh. It's weird because you guys are just a little bit behind me. But it's cool. It's all good. You guys don't know that. You don't realize that. I'm the only one that realizes that. Let's see. Corny Mofo says, Tally is the best character ever. I love Tally. Hey, man, stop getting on me. He's so funny. Oh, man, you're always bringing me down. Ed Darby says, oops, pal, surprise. Oh, air horn. Boo, 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 boo. Get some of that. We got to probably do that for the super chats. What do you think? All right. See, Slauson Law Care is in the house. Appreciate you. Says, how many more Auburn players do you think will opt out? Love the show. First of all, I love having you here, bro. How many more Auburn players? Not a lot. I will say this. So some of my friends in the business, some of them you know, some of you don't know. I want you guys to understand something. Sometimes I'm a little naive, okay? I'm not the most cynical reporter out there, okay? I'll say that right now. I feel like everything's moving along the way that it should for this season, okay? I'm not saying everything's going to be great. I'm just saying I think they're going to be able to start, and I think they're going to be able to kind of work their way through the season. And honestly, in my opinion, I think they have a chance to kind of do some work, like get a lot of the season done. I am essentially the only person in my writer friend group who thinks this is going to happen. Like, everybody's like, no way this season's going to go. There's no way. There's literally no way. And I'm just like, I think there is a way. Like, I totally do. Uh-oh. We just got a super chat from Cardea from the bunker. Says Vodka Fingers is feeling it tonight. Uh-oh. I wonder if Cardea and Pachuta are going to go at it, huh? Cardea, not the best player we have in the Auburn sports regiment, but probably the most entertaining. Either Cardea or Chubby Butt Toots is just tremendous guys to hang out with. Hey, thank you very much for the super chat, Cardea. I always try to thank you when I play with you. I haven't played with you on Call of Duty in a minute, though. Let's see. Hornatius, a.k.a. Love the Cat, says they called me air horn in high school. I did not know that. I probably should, though. Yeah, I probably should know that. I have not even put this on the bunker yet. I really probably should have done that a while ago, right? I'll probably go ahead and do it. Oh, great. We've got 3 reports. I do have the ability to show you guys my screen on here, which I'm not going to do just yet. Because, like, if I show you guys, I wish I could show you guys the reports that come in. This stuff is so dumb. People report just the craziest stuff, like just like the most inane stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm putting this up. All right, I've got to put on the bunker now. They report the most inane stuff, and then they're like angry. And I mean, I realize some of you guys, have probably reported something, and reporting something in and of itself is not a bad thing. It's just like sometimes the reports themselves are stupid. Sometimes they're not. Super chat coming through. Appreciate you, Ryan D. Says for the bunk and keep some more Angels envy. And some more Angels envy. Keep doing you, JG. Appreciate you, Ryan D. Thank you for coming back. I haven't seen you in a little bit, but you're always welcome here, bro. Thank you very much for the super chat, and I will aim to get some more Angels envy. I don't think we've actually highlighted Angels envy on this show. Let's see. Corny Mofo says, how many don't want this season to happen percentage-wise? I don't know. Do you mean like how many people or how many of my peoples? That's a good question. I don't. This concept of like, okay, so the popular concept on the bunker is that Pat Forty doesn't want the season to go, right? Because he's always writing this negative shit about the kids are going to get sick. I mean, whatever he's writing. I don't read all of it, whatever. And he's not the only one. It's just the national folks, right? Like, I don't know if they don't want it to happen. I just think that maybe you want to write about drama, okay? And the real drama right now is, will this happen? And player protests, if they were to go down, right? We know about the Pac-12. We have heard about some similar stuff from, was it the American Conference? I think some of the stuff is happening in all the conferences, with just players being concerned about COVID and demanding certain safety measures be taken, which is, to me, completely reasonable. The Pac-12 thing went way beyond that, where it's like, we need money and we need the coaches to make less money. And I just was like, you lost me there a little bit. But, okay, Corny Mofo clarifies reporters. So I'm of the opinion, and this is just my interpretation of things, though, that the reporters that are accused, or many of you guys believe don't want the season to happen, I don't think they have a feeling one way or another on that. Like, they're just going after drama. So I don't think they're sitting there saying, I don't want the season to go. Believe me, I'm telling you guys, I want the season to go, of course. I like football. I like covering football. I like writing about football. I've been doing it most of my adult life. Well, I've been covering football my entire adult life. I've been covering Auburn football most of my adult life, and it's just kind of like what I do, and I feel like that's my function on this earth, So if we were to not have that, I would feel very worthless as a person, okay? And we'll get into this later because my daughter's going to college tomorrow, and I'm not handling it. I'm not handling it super well. I didn't really think this would be me, but anywho. Corny Mofo, I don't know why these keep changing sides. It's kind of annoying. College kids protesting is fine. Young people should be able to go to extremes. Yeah, I know that I was when I was that age. Now I wasn't a big time college football player or anything, but definitely. Let's see. Cleveland Brown says the MAC. We need to talk about this too. The MAC canceled fall sports. What's your thought about that? I'm not surprised. And some of the folks on the bunker were talking about this. The MAC and other leagues or teams in those leagues are in kind of a tight spot here, right? Because they play conference seasons just like the SEC does, but then in the other games, the other 4 games of their season, maybe 5, I don't know, those are money-making games. That's when Troy goes to Nebraska and makes $1 million. That's when UMass comes to Auburn and makes 1.3. That's when Southern Miss comes to Auburn and makes 1.1. So they're money-making games. So these teams in the MAC, Akron, Bowling Green, Kent State. Kent State was just in Auburn. Was it last year or the year before? I don't remember which one. They need those games to make money. And so when they get to a point where those other teams won't play them, like the SEC dropped all games and some of the other leagues did the same thing. Like, I don't know if they can make money. I don't think they can even break even when they lose all that. So the MAC is going to cancel for whatever reason. I didn't read their release. I'm sure they have a very noble reason, at least in the release, for why they didn't do this. But I think the real reason is financial for them. And it also accelerates, in my opinion, the distance, the bigness, the largeness, the chasm that exists between the SEC, the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12, the Pac-12, and then everybody else. And it's always been there. I mean, Auburn 25 years ago had a ton more money than Miami, Ohio did, of course. But I imagine that chasm is way bigger than it is. It is much bigger now than it was 25 years ago. And I think that Power 5 needs to secede from the NCAA and create their own organization. And I think that they're going to do that. I think I'm missing stuff. I appreciate you guys chatting, though. It's awesome. Let's see. D-Lucky, our man, D-Lucky, one of our all-time favorites here on the show, says Pat Forty just sucks in general. So he isn't a good barometer of much. Okay. I don't really want to say yes or no on that. I mean, Pat was nice to me for a long time. I haven't really talked to him much. 40 Woken, Dan Wolken, I guess, and Rovell are awful. Dan Rovell's the worst. And the guy's way bigger than Oliver B., he'll probably say, I don't give a shit what some little Auburn guy says. Yeah, fair enough. But he's the worst. He is literally the worst. Oh, Rob D knows what I'm talking about. My daughter gets her COVID-19 test Monday for fall semester. Oh. Is this for college or is it high school? Let's see. Alpha Tiger says, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it changes like that. Only problem with Big Ten demands was auto medical redshirt for any missed competition. One game missed shouldn't get another year. Half or more? Yeah, that's fair. I think maybe that's just saving room for because I feel like there are maybe some long-term problems that COVID creates in your body that aren't immediately visible, maybe. Because when you get COVID and you get that initial infection and you can't breathe and stuff, I mean, that sucks. But then the folks usually get better. I think there's some things that happen, a week down the line, 2 weeks down the line, 4 weeks down the line. I know that that's true in some people, so maybe that's kind of what they're just saving that potential and possibility for the kids. I don't know. I think Georgia Rebel said something funny, but I missed it, and I'm sorry about that. Corny Mofo talking about the MAC says they can't be profitable without Big Ten money. I completely agree with that. It's like, when UConn was like, we're not playing this year. Former Auburn Associate AD David Benedict in charge there, by the way. And they were like, we're quitting. I just don't feel like, it's safe to do it. And it's like, no. The problem is that you don't have anybody to play. You can't make any money doing this without trips to wherever they were going. I mean, Georgia or Florida or FSU or whatever. Let's see. Ed D says, do we pick up some commits this week? Don't think so. Although, I could be wrong. I'm telling you guys, seriously. Why did I? First of all, guys, I want to say, I'm sorry about that. The scroll at the bottom was incomplete. I just set that up, and it had one thing on it. That was not fully realized. I spent the week just kind of buried in this thing trying to make sure that we got this working right. Pat 40. Henry Nation says Pat 40 is like Mr. Mackey. Okay. Drugs are bad, okay? Let's see. Pocket Watch says O's with another homer to go at 5-3 in the top of the 8th. I did not know that you'd be watching the Orioles. But actually, now that I think about it, I know you're up that way. I can't believe the Orioles are decent. Who is in the house? None other than Power Man, one of our all-time favorites, an early caller for us. And I would absolutely love it if Power Man would call into the show, because we've not had our first Skype caller on the show since we switched over to Ecamm Live. And I have every reason to believe that it works wonderfully because I had administrative assistant call in earlier. However, you never know until you actually do it. But we love talking to Power Man. He's an absolute stud. Ravine says Power Man in the house. Everybody loves Power Man, of course. We love Power Man. One of the all-time greats. Okay, let's talk about some other news. Let's go to scene 4 here. Auburn opponents, we found out this week, it was just Friday, wasn't it, that Auburn added South Carolina on the road, which I had been talking to you guys about for some time. I had been hearing about South Carolina for a while. Uh-oh. I think we got a call coming in. Hello?
Testing the system. How's it working?
What's going on, brother?
Nothing. How you doing?
Well, I'm just trying to, make this all work right.
Yeah. Well, good. It sounds like it's working okay.
We're so glad to have you in, bro.
Well, good. I love that. This is a fun part of Saturday night. So I appreciate you guys doing it.
So what's been going on with you, bro?
The kids love it. The kids are listening on the iPad outside. So yeah, it's fun.
What's been going on with you this week? Did you have a good week?
We did. Work's picked up, which is good. So yeah, we're had a good week. Real busy. But I had to miss. So you remember I think it was 2 years ago. We got hurricaned out last year. But Fig and I went down to Venice, Louisiana, and took his boat and went down and camped and all that. So I couldn't go this year. He's down there right now, and I am sick to death that I'm not there. So, but yeah, it's 2020, and you got to work when you can work, and so this is my week. I'm doing it. So, but he's fishing, which is aggravating to me.
Yeah, but you're a hard-working man. I mean, that's what it takes,
Yeah. So there's always next year. So
what?
Hey, I put a text into the tweet into the brain drain thing, and I don't have it in front of me, but there is strong earlier today, the Big Ten mentioned they started putting out kind of weak stuff about not participating in the fall sports and that type thing.
Yeah.
So there's a new, I can't remember who did it, but it wasn't Pat Forty or one of those idiots. And I totally buy this, that Michigan, Ohio State, Nebraska, and I can't recall the other one, were going to participate with the Big 12 and play the schedule with them.
Damn.
So point is, I think the wireless damn engineer, whatever his name is, had a great post today about the SEC sticking with it, and I think they will. And I think there's other schools that are going to do it too, but it's not going to be conference. But I think it's not going to be conference centric. I think I think the Pac-12 is going to the Pac-12 is going to cancel, but I don't think Ohio State's going to cancel just because the Big Ten does.
Interesting.
I think they're going to break apart.
Boy, that would be a really big deal right there,
Yeah, it'd be because I don't think the Texas schools, I don't think the SEC, I don't think Oklahoma, they're not going to follow suit with the Pac-12. They're not going to follow suit with Rutgers.
Interesting. That's a great, interesting concept. The SEC probably wouldn't go that direction, though, right?
No, I think there's people outside the SEC who think like the SEC and need the money like the SEC does. And I think it's going to be it's going to be the most interesting season ever, and I think we're going to play it. I'm finally to the point where I think we're going to play it.
Boy, I feel the same way. But
providing enough data for it.
Yeah, baseball's had some ups and downs, but I mean, some of the other ones have not. NBA's been great, NHL's been great, MLS has been pretty good. So I mean, there's ways to win,
Yeah, you have in the MLB. What they're doing is, I mean, and MLS did the same thing. You're having to sideline teams. So maybe a team doesn't complete their schedule. That's okay. But for the greater good, others do.
Yeah. What were your thoughts about Auburn adding, at South Carolina and then the home game against Tennessee?
I like them. I'm fine with those, and I'm not all caught up in who Alabama added or who Georgia added and all that kind of stuff. But if you're adding two teams out of the East, there's likely going to be two crappy teams that you're going to add if you don't add Florida, or Florida or Georgia. So Alabama's already playing Georgia, so I think I'm good with it. I don't think we should be scared of Tennessee or South Carolina.
I agree completely.
We should go beat them.
That's how. Yes. So when this was announced, I tweeted something out that I thought was pretty inoffensive. It was like, hey, pretty good draw for Auburn. Auburn folks should be pretty happy with that. I had somebody call me from inside the complex immediately and say, you really think that's okay? And I was like, come on, man. South Carolina's just kind of so-so, and Tennessee's so-so, and it could be worse. And this person was like, it should have been Missouri and South Carolina, like angry. And I'm like, dude, everybody can't play Missouri and Arkansas. Like, you already had Arkansas.
Correct.
I mean,
correct.
You're getting
Tennessee lost to whoever the first two, BYU and whoever the other one was early in the season. And they closed pretty strong and had a good, decent 7-5 year, whatever they were. South Carolina had a losing record. That's not a bad draw. It's not a bad draw at all.
I know. It's just that you said earlier, I'm not paying attention to who Alabama got or whatever, which I think is a good way to do it. But they did get a real cushy little ad, right? I mean, they got Missouri and Kentucky. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, they got two wins. But they also play Auburn, LSU, and Georgia. Those are three games they can lose. One of us, or two of us, or three of us beat them. How about that?
Mm-hmm. My thing is,
that's the way I kind of look
at it.
The head coach they don't have a cushy schedule because they have those three games.
Yeah. The head coach at Auburn is making $7.5-8 million. The staff is making a ton of money. Like, just go out there and win some games, man. Let's not worry about.
Games.
Don't worry about if South Carolina's a little bit better than Vanderbilt or whoever. Just come on. Auburn should beat South Carolina. I think that they should. So go out there and do it.
South Carolina wants to fire their head coach, but they're not going to because of money and all that kind of stuff. They're like these are teams that are not in great shape. Go beat them.
Go beat them.
Alabama's beaten Tennessee 15 years in a row or something. Let's go be part of that.
I think the thing is that Jeremy Pruitt's had a lot of success against Gus, so that might be a reason why there's.
I think that's part of the problem too.
Might be part of the problem.
I think that's a big part of the problem.
Yeah, but I thought it was a fair draw for Auburn. I don't think it was a bad one. I don't think it was a good one. I thought it was just fair, and I think that's all you can ask when it comes to the SEC.
So what's the? And I looked over a bunch of posts. What's the order of games? When does Auburn play Alabama?
I don't know the answer to that. It's not been decided.
Okay. So we just know who the games are. We don't know what the schedule is yet.
Perfect. That's exactly the way it is. And I find it surprising. I'm surprised that it's playing out like this. But again, a lot of my writer friends think they're not even going to like this time next week. We won't even have a season. I don't know where they come up with this shit. They must know something that I don't, because I don't hear that.
Yeah, my Bammer dad called me last night. He's like, "Can you believe what the first game of the year is?" I was like, "What's that?" And he said, "Eyeball." I was like, "I don't think so, Dad."
I don't think so.
And so that's what okay, good. So you answered my question.
I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure the Egg Bowl is going week 1, and they're not going to put all the rivalry games on the same weekend. I mean, that makes no sense.
Right.
So but I do think the Iron Bowl goes early, Power Man. I do think it goes in the first 4 games.
Yeah, I do too.
It's a big game.
If they do put it in week 1, if they put all the rivalry games in week 1, we know what they think about the season.
That's true. 2 weeks at best.
Yes. we got to make sure the rivalries that have lasted 150 years continue through 2020.
Yeah.
So let's make sure week 1 gets them.
Yeah, that's true. Auburn and Georgia probably will play early, wouldn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, brother, man. It's so.
All right, buddy.
Thank you for always calling in, Power Man. We appreciate you doing that, because not everybody wants to do that.
I appreciate you doing all Saturday nights, and I enjoy it. The kids love it.
All right, man.
I do too.
You be good out there.
See you.
See you, bro.
Bye.
There he goes, Power Man, an absolute beast. An all-timer, in my opinion. The all-time greats. I'm probably just going to turn off this. Oh, hold on. Maybe I can fix this a little bit. Might be able to fix this a little bit. I don't know. We'll see if I can. Again, I wasn't able to replicate that. Bed D says this since this is a free year, will Malzahn try anything different? I mean, probably. Well, I mean, it's going to be weird because I think Chad's going to have a lot of autonomy. So they're going to be doing a lot of different stuff. I mean, it's not going to be like wildly different, but I know there's a lot of folks that are in this chat right now. And Power Man is one of these. He is in the chat. I know he is. That have advocated for years to make some changes to the way that they use the passing game. And I think Chad's going to be the one to do that. Hey, caller, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing,
Look,
JG?
it's Ruxy Poo. Yes, sir.
My man. I'm in the building.
I'm even giving you a DJ air horn shout out right there, brother, man. What's been going on, brother?
I am just hanging out with my Bama and Georgia friend. Talking a lot of shit about football right now.
I'm glad to hear that.
UFC. How you doing?
Well, I mean, we're just doing this new changed platforms, and I think it's working so far. At least you guys have been able to see the show, and it hadn't quit yet, so that's good. And we're awesome. We're stoked to have you on the air again, Ruxby. It's been a minute.
Am I the first caller?
No, Hornet. Power Man was the first caller, but we're glad to have you as the second caller all time.
Oh, Power Man. I live by the Power Man code.
Which is what?
Whatever he says on the bunker, that's how I model my life.
Ah, okay.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, Power Man's a great guy. If you're going to model your life after somebody, I think he's the one. I mean, he's living the life. He's rich. He's got a gorgeous wife, and his kids are like super smart and very obedient. I mean, what more do you want?
I know. That's why I modeled my life after him, not Big Jam. And, trying to do my thing. But, JG, I wanted to talk to you. Is Chad running the offense, or is Gus going to run it?
I think Chad's running the offense. I don't have any doubt about that. I mean, if it changes in week 4, that's a different conversation. But right now, Chad's got control of it.
Well, hell, I'm excited about that. I put my prediction at 6-4 for Gus's his SEC record. He's at 5.589% winning percentage.
Yeah.
So I put it at 6-4, maybe with Chad 7-3. I would love to see our tight ends dominate this year.
Right.
And
yeah,
it could happen with what's the kid? Frazier. He's big, tall. And then Pegues, I know, is like a athletic freak, and
no doubt.
Even Fromm and the Deal kid and Schinker, they seem pretty good.
See, there's a lot of dudes, right? And I think they all have ability. I think that Brandon Frazier's an absolute beast, but I think Pegues will end up being like a H/Wildcat quarterback, but still, man, that's an incredible array of talent. And if Chad just taps into that, man, they're going to be good. I think he will. I think he's going to do it.
Yeah, I'm excited as hell for Chad running the offense. Honestly, I mean, I was just sick of the Gus offense lately,
no, I get
especially the Georgia game and whatnot.
It was getting a little boring, predictable, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
It definitely was. But honestly, everybody's freaking out about the schedule. Honestly, I don't think Alabama got that great of a schedule, and I don't think we got that bad of a schedule.
I agree. Auburn's schedule, the additions weren't bad. I mean, South Carolina's kind of I mean, they were 4-8 last year, and then Tennessee was better last year, but they're not great. So I think as far as draws go, that was fair. My opinion. I don't think everybody agrees with me.
The only reason I'm worried about South Carolina is Stutzman is a big Boom fan, so I don't know who's going to cheer for in that game.
Yeah.
I am worried about that.
I know you love Coach Boom. He's a lot of fun. He's a good dude. So
He seems like a good dude, but I mean, I'm definitely ready to see these boys ball out. Like, I'm excited. I know people aren't really watching MLB that much, but
that's right.
it's something I've been keeping my eye on, and I feel like we're heading back towards some sort of normalcy. It won't happen fully for a long time, but I'm pumped. Also wanted to say everybody needs to stop freaking out over Stump Fan. Just let him do his thing. Don't poke the bear. Don't feed him. And JG, I love you. Love Jay Lee. Love B Matt. Nate King, keep doing your thing. And I'll talk to you boys later.
All right, Ruxy. Appreciate you, bro. There he goes. Ruxy Poo. Definitely right at the top, if not, yeah, he's right at the top of our Super Chatter Hall of Fame and just Brain Drain Hall of Fame. He's an absolute mad lad, psychopathic mad lad, like the best kind. I've been sitting here drinking this Jefferson's Oceans Aged at Sea. It's pretty damn good, you guys, but it hits hard. Like, it's not rough, but, I mean, I think this is, my fourth hit, and I'm feeling it. And I told myself I wasn't going to drink a lot tonight because, we got this new interface. I want to make sure it was working. And, yeah, I guess I'm comfortable with it. We haven't crashed yet. We've been going like, technically 58 minutes, but some of that was like we were waiting for the show to start and whatnot. But this will probably be a little bit of a shorter show just because, we're driving Mads down to South Alabama tomorrow. So this tonight is our last night, like with her here, and then she's going to go to South. She's going to be a freshman this year, and we're moving her in, and then tomorrow night is our anniversary. I think. You know how I know it's our anniversary? Because I have it tattooed on my arm. No shit. Check it out. There you go. Sorry. Terrible. It's a tattoo I have on my wrist. I don't show everybody that. But it says 8997. That's when my administrative assistant and I got married. And also, it has her signature, which I actually demanded. She didn't even bring that up. I wanted to have her signature on my wrist there just because I like her so much. And so we're going to be down in Mobile tomorrow for our anniversary. It will be our 23rd anniversary. And move her in. And then I think we're going to be at Voodoo tomorrow night. I think. That's the plan. I'm sure everybody's really fired up about a Sunday night at Voodoo. I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll go there for lunch. I don't know. But, we love the folks at Voodoo. Actually, I have one of their Voodoo cups here with me tonight, drinking that water. You got to stay hydrated, guys. It's going to be weird, man. It's going to be weird with my daughter, going to college. And, I mean, it's the only kid we got, so she's already kind of moved up. Essentially, all her stuff's packed in the cars now because we got to leave at 6 a.m. We got to move. Technically, her move-in window is 9 to 10 a.m. So we got to get down there. I moved in at 10 a.m. And then we got to put all that stuff together. And 8:15 p.m. horn. Boom, boom, boom. That's going to be the sound of me at like 5:15 tomorrow morning. So we got to move her in and stuff. And Alpha Tiger says, I'm sure Voodoo is good, but for your anniversary? Great question. Oh, shoot. I should have put that up. I'm sorry, Alpha. I disrespected you by not making that the feature. Yeah, that's a very fair question. Wifey and I just kind of, I don't know. Anniversary dinner wouldn't be a big deal for us. We spent our first anniversary. This is no shit. No, it wasn't our first anniversary. It was our first Thanksgiving. I don't know what the hell it was. We had some significant moment happen when we were when Tommy was going to be leaving Ole Miss for Auburn, and I went to the Egg Bowl, and we ended up eating dinner at, well, it would have been late lunch at a Waffle House in Tupelo. I guess that was our first Thanksgiving together, maybe as a married couple or whatever. I don't know. Thanksgiving's always been a lot bigger for us than anything else, and because we're just very thankful for each other. She's thankful for me. Just kidding, not really. But yeah, it's a big deal. Stoop Up says the 23rd anniversary is the voodoo one. You get it, my man. You get it. Oh, that's funny. Okay, Canoe Man says, unfortunately, I hear Voyage 21 is not one of the better voyages of Jefferson's Ocean. I don't know, man. I'm trying to tell you guys so many times, like, I love bourbon. You guys know that. I drink it with you guys every Saturday night, but, I mean, this is a good, inoffensive bourbon. I mean, it's good. It's not like my favorite, but it's good. It's good. It's delicious. Like, for me, it all comes down to what you guys want. When it comes to bourbon, like people will message me, I would say probably every other week, maybe one a week. Somebody will direct message me on the bunker and they'll say, JG, I want you to recommend for me a bourbon. And I never know what to say because what I value highly in a beverage is different than what maybe AU Taxman or Canoe Man or whoever values in a beverage. So I grew up drinking. When I was kind of forming my palate for bourbon in the early 90s at Transylvania, I was drinking Maker's Mark, which to me is a very harsh hit, okay? We were drinking the golden, it looks like this. We were drinking the gold Maker's Mark, which was a higher proof, which I was told to make it better. That is not necessarily the case. Does make you more of an alpha, though, and less of a swoogan, but... it's a very harsh pull, and I feel like my palate for bourbon has been affected by that. Like if a particular pour is not harsh on the front end, I feel like it's wrong. And this Jefferson's Ocean's Age at Sea, this is the cask strength version, so it's going to be a little stronger. I don't feel like it's harsh enough on the front end. But there's people out there, my wife included, who doesn't want it harsh. Like she thinks that, you son of a bitch. What the frick is this? What in the world is this? Hold on, man. I think I can do this. Let's see if I can. Hold on. I don't want to have that number up there. I think I can share my screen with you guys. Oh, and I turned it off, didn't I? You son of a gun. I think I messed it up, y'all. I do. I think I messed it up. I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning. I can't share my screen right away, but Dennis Dodd, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not even going to do it. I'm not even going to tell you what Dennis Dodd had to say. If you guys are on Twitter and you saw it, Dennis Dodd is doing the whole season's on the brink. Shit's about to go down. The whole season might go down because everybody's mad because the Mac's quitting and everybody else is concerned. I told you, my friends, my writer friends, they almost unanimously think this season is toast. I'm here telling you, I don't think so. But I don't talk to a ton of people the way, I mean, like, I don't have any sources at Ole Miss. I don't have any sources at Arkansas. I don't have any sources at LSU. Like, I don't do that. I just do Auburn and a few other places of my friends coaches, I should say, that I've met along the way who have gone other places, and I keep up with them. I got a coach friend on the West Coast that I really like, and I talk to him probably once a week. And in this case, it's probably been 3 times in the last week. He plays in a league that is having some issues. But he still thinks they're going to go. So I'm like, I've known him since the 90s. He's a realistic, normal dude. I'll trust what he says, He thinks it'll go. Dodd equals Stump. Oh, that's not very nice. That's pretty mean to Stump fan, really. No, I'm just kidding. Dennis Dodd's probably like, I'm a national reporter, and JG, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know who the hell that is. Fine, dude. I don't worry about that. I'm just here at auburnsports.com doing my thing. I mean, that's it. So don't worry about that. Swag Mac, whatever. Doesn't matter. J Head is in the chat. It means that I need to get up with J Head We talked hold on, man. Ed Darby, my man, who is always on point, asking questions. Oh, my gosh. The question is so long I can't even fit it on the daggone page. We got you, Ed D. JG, will Chad help upgrade the wide receiver position? Schwartz is not utilized correctly. Fair. His impact / reverses. Fair. Elijah Stove is not a wide receiver. Don't agree, but I don't think he's a great player either. I mean, he's a good player. He's a good, solid wide receiver. I don't think he's a game changer. Maybe he was prior to the knee injury, but I don't think he is now. Third down back. You think? I guess you think Eli's a third down back? I think Mark Anthony Richards is a third down back. I believe players are out of position. It's an interesting idea. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys what I think about Chad Morris, and then you guys can either agree or disagree because that's cool. Okay? I'm here to tell you what I think. I happen to think Chad Morris is really, really good at what he does. Okay? He ran a shitty program at Arkansas. I don't necessarily say it was a shitty program. It just wasn't competitive. Okay? It wasn't competitive, and they're bad, and they're going to get their brains beaten this year, right? Okay? We know this. Arkansas's got the roughest. By the way, Hunter Yurchek sending out a tweet about how bad their schedule is just it's beautiful. And I want to get into this. Because there is you can totally tell from the schedules that there is some bullshit going down because the schedules, man. Alabama got a freebie schedule. LSU got a freebie schedule. Georgia got a freebie schedule. Auburn, in my opinion, was the next one down. I wouldn't call it a freebie. I don't think that Tennessee's a freebie. I don't necessarily think South Carolina is, though I suspect it is. You can see what the SEC's doing, and then Arkansas is in the unenviable position at this point of being the bottom guy on the rung, and they absolutely pounded them. Super chat coming through from SSIM008. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much for your support of the show. Talk to me about Booby's replacement. I'm concerned. You should definitely not be concerned. There's a lot of things to be concerned about, SM, and that ain't one of them. Of course, I could be biased. Nate King, young Nate, has been doing a series of positional looks at positions, and we rank them. And I was the number one. I was the top guy on the tailbacks. And I think they have an incredible array there. You've got DJ, who I wrote was a little bit disappointing last year. I think some people in the bunker took exception with that. I just thought he was going to be a little bit better. Maybe I'm overvaluing his decision to run out of bounds down at the goal line against LSU because I think Auburn was in that. Auburn played LSU better than anybody did last year. Auburn played LSU better than anybody did last year at LSU with a true freshman quarterback. And with a true freshman tailback who ran out of bounds at the 2 for no reason. And it was a crucial moment of the whole season. I still think LSU was better than Auburn last year, of course, but Auburn played a good game in general. And I wrote about this in the camera eye at the time, but there was such a weird miscommunication on this crucial play. There were like 2 crucial plays. The one where Joe Burrow scrambled out wide to his right on like a 3rd and 17 and converted it. And then there was the Jamar Chase drag route across the middle or deep drag where Christian Tutt and I think it was Igbenogany crashed into each other. Just kind of like a random happenstance weird thing happened and the kid was open and it converted another 3rd down. I mean, if those 2 plays go a different direction and DJ doesn't run out of bounds willingly, that's a different game. Of course, that's 3 things that didn't happen. I'm just saying. I think they're good at tailback, man. You got DJ, you got Tank, you got Shivers, who's, he's a bit player, but he's still good. Mark Anthony Richards is the guy that you guys have never seen. I've never actually seen him play, but I mean, at Auburn. But I talked to people, and I've been hearing about him for a long time. Gus has got big plans for him, man. So you got Mark Anthony Richards. And I feel like I'm missing one other person. Hold on. I got my list right here. I wrote all this down when I did it. No. Here we go. DJ Shivers Tank. Oh, Harold Joyner. Harold Joyner. Like every time they put him in, and granted it was in low leverage situations, but every time they put him in, the guy rises to the occasion. Like let's play him against somebody good in a somewhat important situation, and let's see how he does. Uh-oh. Leif. Is this you? Somebody just joined the bunker. Is that you, Leif B? Dang, bro. Is that what you're trying to say? That'd be awesome to have you. I mean, I'm just saying. Let's see. D Lucky says, this is a reference to I was talking earlier about eating at Voodoo tomorrow for our anniversary. It wasn't really for our anniversary. It's just we love Voodoo, and it's right next to USA, and we're going to be there all day, so I thought it made sense. And Corny 6, Corny Mofo from the chat said he told us that we should go to Felix's Fish Camp, which we both enjoy. We've been there before. I had a bad experience there, but we've been not because of the food. It was because of the people I was with. Maybe we'll go there. That's the one, right? Y'all, let's see. D Lucky was from that way before. He's living up somewhere else now. And then I imagine Mofo knows what he's talking about. But Felix is the one that's like right outside downtown Mobile. If you head across the bridge to, what is that, Spanish Fort? Is that the one you're talking about? That's kind of like right there. I don't know. Felix's Fish Camp might work. Wifey really enjoys the seafood world. Mm-hmm. It is me, Leif B. Confirms. Leif B is now a member of the bunker, and we love Leif B. Hey, man, I'm a member of Rebel Grove. Although I don't have a vested interest in anything that, I'm not an Ole Miss fan or anything. I just, every single time that I have associated myself with Ole Miss people, whether it was like the games over there, I would always go with Neil, right? And Neil would, back before he got a little antisocial like he is now, he would kind of talk with some folks outside the stadium. This is before they had the whole parking deck right there, but everybody was cool. I came over a couple years ago for the big showdown at Funky's. Had a great time. Met a lot of awesome folks there. Obviously, we had dinner with Avery, who's super Ole Miss, and her husband Neil, super Ole Miss, and Kara, Chance the Yapper's gal, awesome, hilarious chick. Just seems like everybody I meet from Ole Miss is awesome, you know. And then Leif B's in the group too, and Georgia Rebels in the group too, and Boomja, and I've just had great experiences over there. Corny Mofo says he loves Felix's over there in, I don't know what you would call that area. It's kind of by itself, right? We may have to go there. I had a bad experience there. I interviewed for a job at the Mobile Press Register in 2004, maybe, I think. And I was going to be their Auburn beat writer. This is when Neil had left, and I think they were looking for someone to fill that spot. And I interviewed with a guy. I'm not going to say his name. I interviewed with somebody who was a higher up at the Mobile paper, and he was really just bothered me. He bothered me. I didn't like him. I didn't like his bullshit. I didn't like his. He thought that he was smarter than everybody else. Smarter than me. Smarter than the guy I was with, who was at the this Randy Kennedy was a sports editor. I just didn't dig it, man. I didn't dig it. And that was at Felix's, and I felt uncomfortable, and I had really wanted to go work for the Mobile Press Register. And then I met that guy, and I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I just really don't want to be here anymore. So that was my last experience. That's the last time I was at Felix's. Oh, you guys can't hear it because of the way this program's set up, but I know the phone's ringing. We're going to find out who this is. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
What's going on, JG? This is Leif.
Leif B, what up, bro?
Oh, nothing. Just had some chill time. My son fell asleep, and now he's waking back up. So I gotta take him out for a little bit. But I just dropped by the liquor store and got me a new bottle of Walkers, and I thought, you know what? Everybody's telling me to join the bunker. I figured tonight's a hell of a good night to join the bunker.
Well, I'm glad to have you, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
totally. I don't know. Hopefully, I can be of use to you at the bunker. But
Hey,
it's
we'll
all.
just talk about stupid. Let's talk about stupid shit too, right? It's
Hell,
just a different group of people talking about stupid stuff.
that's true. That's one way to look at it. How you been, brother? Hey, first of all, thanks for these hats, dude. I haven't had a chance to show it yet. Well, I don't want to mess up my hair, but they've sent us these Commonwealth of Bourbon hats, which is basically a play on the seal of Kentucky, I guess. And these are just totally kick-ass. I was wearing it earlier. My wife got one, too. You sent two, and you're just a total badass for doing that. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing mine right now. They at the local distillery here, they sold one it was a red hat, and it looked like I sent one to the Ole Miss guys, but everybody said it looked like a Rockford peach hat. So I was looking online at the Bourbon Trail, and they had these they had the blue ones for next to nothing, and I was like, damn, I got to get me some of those. So yeah, they're good looking hats.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. I've never seen them, but I love them. They're awesome.
Yeah, and the cool thing is you can wear it like, most people don't, unless you really look and they're paying attention, you don't even realize it says, Commonwealth of Bourbon. Most people just think it's a Kentucky hat.
It would take a Kentucky person to know what that Commonwealth seal looks like,
Yeah. Yep. So, but no, everything's going well here. Hoping we get football season. I guess my question is this, Jay. If everybody started coming out today talking about how the college football season is doomed, why the hell did the SEC make this big to-do last night, this TV, announcing on the SEC network of the two non-conference or the two extra people that are playing? That's the thing that doesn't make sense to me is why they would do that. What good does that do them?
Well, I would imagine the SEC didn't know that the MAC was going to quit and that people would care enough about the MAC quitting to affect anything that they think about college football. I mean, that's kind of where I am. I don't really care about the MAC very much, but maybe the student athletes do. Maybe the Auburn or the Ole Miss or the Mississippi State student athletes look at that and go, oh, shit, that matters to me that these kids aren't going to play, so I shouldn't either. But I think the SEC didn't care.
Surely the ADs talk and stuff like that, and if every single fall sport is going to be canceled, I mean, surely the SEC swings a big enough dick that they're getting information that Pat Forty's getting, right?
Probably. Yeah. Something ain't quite right there,
It gives me hope. There's something that doesn't pass the smell test. But as far as who plays who cares? I just want it's a free season. Like if I'm watching SEC football on Saturdays this fall and not spending nearly as much time in my yard doing yard work, I'm gonna say that's a success. I mean, I don't, if Ole Miss, if Ole Miss does poorly, I don't care. It's their first year. It's a free year. I mean, my wife, she's an Arkansas fan, and she was talking about how they got two tough teams, and I was like, who cares? You're gonna suck this year anyway. You might as well take your lumps this year and maybe play a Vandy or somebody else. When you actually have a chance to go to a bowl game.
But it's super bad, dude. Arkansas' schedule sucks, man.
But Arkansas. Well, the reason why their schedule is always so tough is Arkansas doesn't get the advantage of playing themselves like everybody else in the SEC does. I mean, hell, the last time they won a game was against Ole Miss 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, man. Sorry, somebody just flipped me off.
Why?
Because we were at a four-way stop, and I started to go, then I stopped. Hey, whatever.
Yeah, he's a dick anyway.
I'm used to trading. Yeah, but no, I'm excited about football. I think it is going to happen, and maybe that's just because, for the most part, I'm a positive guy. I just want to think positive thoughts. I want to look for the best. And I'm not saying that during this whole COVID-19 stuff that there hasn't been days or weeks where I've been down in the dumps and think everything sucks. But right now, Ole Miss has a football schedule, supposedly more than likely playing the Egg Bowl the first game, which I'm totally for because it's going to be, they might as well call that the batshit crazy bowl. And my daughter is scheduled to go to school here in 2 weeks in hybrid. So I'm looking at the positive.
Dude, seriously now. I know it's just your wife. I know you're like Ole Miss, but the Arkansas football schedule, I mean, listen to this seriously. They're playing Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee, at Auburn, at State, at Missouri, at A&M, Georgia, and Florida. I mean, come on, man. They might not win a game.
Good. I don't care. Good. I hope they don't. I lived in Fayetteville for 8 years, and I used to have to listen to all those guys talk so much crap to me. I tell you what, Jay, I've seen 3 football games at Jordan-Hare Stadium, and every time I went there, the team that I was rooting for won. I've seen Ole Miss play there one time. It was Tuberville's first year, and the other 2 times I took my wife down to see an Arkansas game, and I was rooting for Auburn the whole damn time. So, and you know, I'm good with it. Like I said, if my wife, she loves to bring up the 4th and 25, and I just say, hey, do you remember that time you almost won a baseball national title and the ball literally dropped right in between? I said, you were an out away. I said, you couldn't get any closer to winning a national title than that.
Better be careful, Dave.
It silences a lot of things. She stops talking about the 4th and 25. She stops talking about a lot of other things as well. So
Yeah.
But hey, that's just the nuclear option when I had to pull that out. When she gets a little too.
Sometimes you got to do that.
Too talkative.
Just better be careful. Use it judiciously.
Believe me, I've been married for 12 years. I know how to use it judiciously and not. So.
All right, Late B.
Anyway,
we're glad to have you at the bunker, bro.
Hey, enjoy tomorrow, and I hope you get through. I remember my parents dropping me off in college, and it was not fun. And hell, my first year of college, I only went to the University of Evansville. I was only an hour away from home, and it was terrible for me. So I could imagine. Can't imagine what it's gonna be like for me one of these days.
It's gonna happen.
Anyway,
it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Hi, brother.
All right. Hey, love y'all.
Appreciate you, bro. See ya. There he goes, Late B, our man in Davis County, Kentucky. Also, the newest bunker member, I believe. I missed a call while Leif was on the horn. That ain't no big deal. This Arkansas schedule is just hilarious. And it plays into something I want to talk to you guys about. I mentioned this earlier in the show. I don't necessarily even consider this a conspiracy theory. Like, Alabama got protected. LSU got protected. Georgia got protected. And to some degree, Auburn got protected. I mean, because at South Carolina is not a tough road game. I mean, it shouldn't be. And then at home against Tennessee is not a tough game when you consider the options that were available. I mean, it could have been Vandy, yes. And it could have been Missouri, yes. But Tennessee's probably the next one. And this is just me talking, but Auburn should beat Tennessee. I mean, Power Man said that, and I completely agree with him. But this schedule in Arkansas, holy shit, man. Look at the other side of this. Like, so Auburn to me got decent, got a decent draw. Auburn did. Look at this Arkansas draw, dude. Oh, shit. This is ridiculous, man. From the East, they get Tennessee. I guess they get Missouri, but I don't even know if they can beat Missouri. They're going to be at Missouri, which they probably won't win. And they get Georgia and Florida, at Florida. I mean, dude, if they win one game on here, I'm going to be surprised. Seriously. Like, they got to play at Mississippi State. So their best chance to win a game here is going to be Ole Miss. Ole Miss at home. Ole Miss is not going to be great this year. But I mean, at best case scenario to me in this situation right here, the absolute best case scenario right here is 2-8. Best case. I mean, beyond your wildest dreams is 2-8. It's 2-8. That means that they would beat Ole Miss and at Missouri or at Mississippi State. And I mean, best case, they're gonna get creamed. And I know nobody's losing sleep over this, and I'm not either. Okay, I'm not. I don't care. I don't have an opinion about Arkansas. The folks there are pretty cool, and I like their stadium. I've had good experiences there, but you know, that's how the other half lives, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy cow. We need to look at some of these other schedules, seriously. I know we talk about Auburn here. I mean, that's kind of how we roll, but I mean, my God. These are ridiculous, man. This stuff's hilarious, man. I just don't even get it, man. Like, what's Vanderbilt dealing with? Vanderbilt. Let me screenshot this for you guys, man. This stuff's hilarious. I'm not even gonna put that SEC championship thing in there. That's just there for that's there. It's like a placeholder or whatever. Oh no! Oh well, hold on. I'll be able to add that. Look at this shit. So here's Vanderbilt's schedule. At Georgia. At Kentucky. At Missouri. I don't know, maybe. At A&M, going to get crushed. Florida going to get crushed. Although Vanderbilt plays Florida well, usually, honestly. If you look through the years, Vanderbilt plays Florida well for whatever reason. Ole Miss, who knows? At Vandy, 15,000 in the stadium. I mean, who knows? South Carolina, I mean, maybe, but probably not. Tennessee going to get crushed. Mississippi State going to get crushed. I don't know. At Mississippi State, though, probably not. And then LSU, goodbye. So, I mean, what are you looking at? 1 win? 2 at best? Vanderbilt ain't winning at Missouri. They're not going to win at Missouri. So they could beat Ole Miss at home. Maybe South Carolina at home. Maybe. So, yeah, the have-nots got absolutely pounded. Seriously. And this is what I was talking about when that guy called me the other day and said, you really think Auburn got a fair shake on this? And I'm like, hell yeah, Auburn did. Of course. South Carolina, Tennessee's not bad. Let's see. Shouldn't the alleged schedule have 2 idols? Yes, that is true. So you have the designated idol on December 12th, which, you know, whether we get there or not, you know, what I'm saying is whether you need it or not. I mean, the idea was that you'd have an idle week before you play in Atlanta. There's going to be another off week for Auburn somewhere between week 3 and week 10. We just don't know where it is yet. Everybody's going to have an off week built into the middle of the schedule. And since we don't know Auburn's schedule, I didn't know where to put the idle. And I wasn't just going to randomly put it on October 31st, you know. But yes, there will be 2 idle weeks. I just didn't know where to put the other one. Yes, we need to get J-Head on. So we will. J-Head, I'm sorry, brother. What happens is I sit here and I just babble, and I love the show. We love having everybody on. And I talked to my man earlier, J-Head, about coming on the show. We're going to get J-Head on the show. I mean, of course we are. We love J-Head. Let me get him on the horn. Hold on. Can't take it right now, brother. Oh, you guys don't even hear the sounds anymore. But I'm going to go ahead and dial up J-Head here. J-Head, I'm calling, brother. I don't think you guys can hear it until he picks up. That's how this software works.
JGT, what's going on,
What's
brother?
going on, bro? It's good to have you on the show, man.
It's good to be on the show. I'm sorry. I know you tried to get me on a couple different times, and I've been unavailable, and I really feel bad about it, Jay. And I'm going to kind of explain that a little bit here. before we kind of get into everything else. But I want to start by giving a shout out to at Mike CV22 for some of the personal things that he's been going through. I don't know, for those that are on the bunker that know. My hat's off to him and everything that him and his wife are going through. And then obviously J.S. Lowry having to go through the tough situation of a divorce. That's never easy, especially during these trying times right now. So my heart bleeds for people like that. But my situation is very similar to Mike. Unfortunately, me and my wife lost a kid. I lost a child back in late June, and it's been extremely difficult for us. It's, Jay, I know you're a father, and obviously someone that very in tune with the counseling side of the house and the things that you go through from a mental standpoint when you grieve or when you lose things. But when you are so paralyzed and that there's nothing that you can do for the person that you love more than anything in this world, and to watch them go through that is extremely difficult and extremely painful. But it makes you appreciative of learning to put one foot in front of the other and to keep your head up and to understand that good things are coming, that, for those that are going through similar situations as the two individuals I mentioned and myself, that there is another day, that there is a tomorrow. And I just wanted to provide that message first before we got into the fun part of the conversation, and just say that, for anybody that's going through something like that, DM me if you need somebody to talk to. I've been to the dark side of the moon and back, and I promise you that there will be a sun tomorrow, that things will rise, and that you will be able to overcome. I just want to start out with that and say thank you to those that have reached out to me, that I really appreciate it. But now let's get into what people want to talk about, which I'm hoping is this football season. The football schedule is out. I'm excited with who we got. I'm excited the fact that we get to play Cornbread in Tennessee again, and I pray to God that Gus actually shows up this time and we don't have one of the worst games that we've ever played in our entire life. I hope Kevin Steele is ready for this game. And I'm appreciative that Stidham's not going to be playing quarterback and throw 3 interceptions to guys that are standing there, wide open.
Yeah.
But I heard some conversation about some of the receivers earlier and how basically Schwartz is misused. I've been told by somebody I trust extremely well that he's going to be used very similarly to how they use Sammy Watkins at Clemson. That is the plan and the design for him and how they're going to utilize him in the offense. And he's going to be basically a 3-tier receiver where they're going to use him in intermediate and deep routes. You're going to see him on some of the same swing patterns and screens and stuff from before, but they're really going to try to use him as a game breaker and get him more involved in various route schemes and things of that nature. Use him as a matchup nightmare, especially when people are going to be double teaming Seth on the other side. And I've heard that Eli has responded better more recently, that his knee is starting, that he's looking more like a player that he was before, and that he should be an ideal slot for us this year. But I think with them plus Shedrick Jackson, because Shed started to come on towards the end of the year, that our receiver core is going to be much improved, plus the freshmen. And from the freshman group, I've heard rave reviews about Elijah King, who was probably the lowest ranked, I think, of all 4 that we took last year. But I've heard he's a freak, an absolute freak, running 4.5 at 6'4", down the sideline at 200 plus.
Who is this?
And it's just going to be Elijah Canyon, kid out of South Florida, same high school as Sean Shivers.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is going to be an absolute star, Jay. As far as other team intel, I can tell you that Wesley Steiner has impressed, and he's probably, him and OC Brothers are pushing for the spot that came open. With, unfortunately, one of our senior linebackers having to take a red shirt this year, which, respect to him for making that decision for his family. I mean, that, it couldn't have been easy, and he is a class guy all the way. But from what I get, Travis and Kevin have been very pleased with what they've seen out of Steiner, his dedication, his
great
ability
kid.
to pick up the play. Yeah, extremely great kid. And I don't know if you know his backstory and all the things that he went through as a younger man, but I say younger man, when I went through as kind of a kid, but as somebody that has really pushed himself out of a terrible situation and moved to the other side of it. I mean, he's just the kind of kid personally that you want to cheer for.
Yeah, he's one of those kids. You sit down, you talk to him, and he's a very put-together young man. Like, mentally, he knows who he is and what he's trying to do here. And you don't say that about a bunch of 18-year-olds,
No, you really don't. And this is the kind of kid that's out there doing extra gases on his own. Nobody pushing He's a kid that's in the weight room first thing in the morning before anybody else, before some of the seniors. I mean, he's really driven, and the coaching staff has liked what they've seen out of him, what he's been able to pick up in some of the virtual meetings that they had up until now. So they're expecting big things from him. O.C. Brothers has really refined his body and could be a contributor contingent on how quickly he picks things up. This will be his first real year of playing time. But I think O.C. had some of the best senior film that I saw of any kid down in South Florida 2 years back, and really was more of a receiver before converting to a linebacker his senior year. So athletically, he's got it. It's just what can you put it together mentally on the field. But it'll be a nice battle between him and West to see who that fourth linebacker is, because obviously you're already set with KJ, Owen, and then the little bundle of butcher knives from down there in South Georgia. I love Zacoby McClain because he's 210 and hits you like he's 240.
He fights, man. He fights.
I love it. I absolutely love it, Jay. But that's my scoop on the linebacker room. D-line wise, heard really good things about Conus as far as how he's been responding lately. Heard good things about Red. I think if he's healthy this year, this could be a breakout year for him. And then obviously, our one returning starter in Truesdale, and Big Cat. I've heard that Big Cat moving over to the defensive end may be a good move for him, and be able to maximize his speed on that side. Because from what I'm not a football coach, okay? I've studied a bunch of film. I have friends that are football coaches that have taught me some things. He just doesn't have that twitchiness that you need to be that disruptive buck pass rusher that we need. Now, Derek Hall and T.D. Moultrie both possess that. The problem with T.D. is he's run himself out of plays too many times and given up leverage on the outside, which drives Rodney insane. But if he can get that under control, I see his weight's up to 252, which should help him with leverage. And if he can get the mental part of the game, TD's got all the tools to be a successful buck pass rusher. He really does. He just hasn't put it together on game day. But Derek's special, and so if TD doesn't get it done, I fully expect Derek to be the star outside linebacker on this team. Let's see, what else have I gotten? Oh, offensive line-wise. Been very, very impressed from what I've heard about Brandon Council, and probably pencil him in at left guard, I would guess. And I know Cole Kubelik, I heard him just basically ream that kid on jocks one day.
He did, yeah.
He was completely unimpressed. But from what I got is that the kid's got all the tools, but that he plays off balanced a lot, and that they really believe that our new LL coach can really kind of refine him. That's what Vic does better than anything is coach guys up. He's been impressive to me on the recruiting trail to this point, but he is a teacher, and he's make a chicken salad out of chicken shit kind of guy. And that they really see some tools with this kid that they can refine, but they kind of see him as a left guard. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with Broham. You're kind of like a three-way battle there, where Broham could slot at right tackle or he could slot at right guard, contingent on what happens with Brendan Coffey. Does he become that right tackle that we need? And or does the kid, I'm trying to think of his name. He's a guard with a lot of high potential. He came in a couple of years back from over there in Columbus area, I think. I'm trying to think of his name.
Blanking on myself.
No,
I'm blanking on it myself. Jaleel Irvin?
But not Jaleel, because Jaleel's slotting the center for us right now. He swings outside the left guard some, but he's playing more center. But this kid's a year younger than Jaleel. Oh, God, what's his name? He is an absolute road grader. But you got a nice little three-way battle there between those guys. And then on the other side, you've got Cam Stutz probably battling back behind Council, along with Ham. Or not Ham, excuse me, Tayshawn Manning.
Tayshawn Manning, yep.
And then at the left tackle spots, you got a nice three-way battle. I think it's Trox's if he's healthy. But once again, is he healthy? What can you get out of Killian Zaire? I think ultimately the coaching staff would love to redshirt that guy so that you could build some depth moving forward. And then you got Alec Jackson. And I just don't know how ready Alec is to contribute right now. This is only his second year playing offensive line. I know he played tight end in high school. But playing tight end in high school and playing left tackle in the SEC is a hell of a lot different.
Absolutely.
So I'm really interested to see how that battle takes shape. But like I said, I think it's Trox's job if he's healthy and ready to go. And to me, that's a solid offensive line. I really think that offensive line, to be honest, from a skill set standpoint, If Brahms can be the anchor that we need him to be, and can really help line guys up and get the snaps right, which was Caleb's issue last year, then we really stand a chance of being an improved offensive line. I truly believe that.
I don't know that we're going to see that this year, but you're a little higher on him than maybe I am. I don't know.
I am, but I'm an optimist by nature, Jay. I think you're more of a realist.
That's kind of what I do.
And the potential that for the inexperience that we have, I can completely understand. And we're going to a 10-game SEC schedule. There's no tune-up.
Nope.
You know what I mean? There's no Troy. There's no, you know what I mean, Alcorn State. There's nobody to get in there and get that experience again. But the difference is that everybody's like that. And so, like you said, the shit shows that are Arkansas and Ole Miss and even Mississippi State trying to pick up Leach's offense that quickly with really no spring training to put it in, even though it's relatively simplistic, still the timing routes in that offense alone are going to be, you know what I mean, they're just running them on air right now. It's going to be insane once you get live action. So I think the SEC in and of itself is just going to be a nightmare at the very beginning, especially contingent on how the actual schedule shakes out. I mean, I know we know who we're playing, but you know, I mean, do we get an Ole Miss and a Mississippi State first to kind of work some kinks out against before you got to play Georgia? That's what you're hoping for.
That's what you're hoping for. You got to get it straightened out. I mean, yeah.
Right. I mean, everybody knows that the first 2 games of the season, typically speaking, are just, you know, your worst 2 games from an execution standpoint.
Yeah.
And you really make that big jump by about week 3 when you started to work all the kinks out, and you're on time with things, because there's nothing worse than, you know, I mean, a receiver that's 2 seconds too fast or too slow, or an offensive lineman that's pulled in the wrong direction, a running back that's hitting the wrong gap. And those are all things that happen week 1, week 2. But you, typically speaking, you're going to have a big opening game, either 1 or 2, but both teams are going to be bad. And then you're going to have a game where you're going to be able to iron some things out, which was the lane for us last year.
Yeah.
Don't have that.
Word.
Don't have that unless we get Arkansas week 1 and Ole Miss week 2. And I would love to run it down Lane Train's throat. I really would. Especially for half these people in the bunker that think Lane's some kind of savior. I think he's pretty much a joke, to be completely honest. And I think he's a good football coach.
I got a lot of friends on the Ole Miss side, so I got to be nice.
I know you do. I know you do, Jay. And look, I know Neil loves the guy. I do. I listen, you know what I mean, to you guys on Greatest Pod in the South. I get it. But I just don't think that Lane is the transcendent type of coach that's going to take that program to another level. I honestly believe Hugh Freeze was that guy. And yes, he let the wheels run off the ship, no question. But I just felt like Hugh, from a motivational standpoint, from understanding the state of Mississippi, and understanding what it took to make that program a flagship program, really was the man for that. It was the man for that job. But the problem is the recruiting infractions, the thumb in his nose, the NCAA, everything that happened there just made that a perfect storm for things to go sideways. And obviously he's reinventing himself at Liberty. I think he went 6-6 or 7-5 this past year at a program that's an FBS independent. And I actually expect him to do relatively well there, and I think he'll get a second shot somewhere. I don't know that it'll be in the SEC, but I honestly believe Hugh Freeze is a damn good football coach.
Interesting. Okay. That means Liberty did a hell of a job to get him. Yeah.
Oh, I think they did. I mean, of course, and me and you both know that if Liberty doesn't get him, he's the offensive coordinator at Auburn last year.
Yes. He probably should have been anyway. I think he ended up going to Liberty because he couldn't get the offensive coordinator job at Auburn.
Well, I don't think that the alumni wanted to bite off on it for sure, because everybody was trying to fire Gus's ass last year. Nobody wanted you to be in the mix.
Yes.
And the SEC commissioner really wasn't even sold on it, to be honest.
Yes.
But I think
Gus wanted him. Gus wanted him.
No, no question.
Absolutely.
Gus wanted him, yeah, without a doubt, to come in. And it's the same way he pursued Chad this year, except Chad was much more amenable. It wasn't a hard sell to the SEC. The boosters, after a 9-3 year, were not trying to fire Gus, especially with the pellet that we would have to swallow to fire him.
Yeah.
And realistically, I think Chad will be here for the next 2 to 3 years because he really wants to reinvent himself and go to a top-tier program. I think he realizes the fault to take a job at Arkansas, which was a complete rebuild, and it was ill-fit for the type of system that he wanted to run. They just didn't have the skill players that they needed. And Brett had done such a piss-poor job of recruiting. I mean, he recruited the same way he did at Wisconsin. Well, you don't have 4 years to build an offensive line at Arkansas the way you do at Wisconsin. You're not walking into a system that's already made for what you do. And Chad learned that the hard way, and he hired some inexperienced guys. I mean, his think his offensive coordinator in Arkansas is now the tight ends coach at UAB. His offensive line coach, Dustin Fry, I don't even think has a job. So, and those guys were like grad assistants before he took them to SMU. And I'm not saying they're bad football coaches. I think they're good. But the lack of experience on that coaching staff, I think, is something that Chad learned. And it's why Big Nell was the pick, because he wanted somebody that understood the SEC, or somebody that understood how to evaluate lesser tier prospects and get the most out of them. Because if you look at some of the offensive line prospects that we took originally in this class, Jamarian Gooch is not highly rated, but the coaching staff thinks he's going to be a star, and so does everybody else. Because if you look at his offer list, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, he's got all the big offers. He just hasn't been viewed by rivals because, they don't have the camps and everything that they need to evaluate.
Right.
Caleb Johnson, the same way, viewed as a 3-star. I think he's an all-SEC type starter. I think that Dick has done a fantastic job on evaluating some of these guys. And we've got some other lesser tier prospects that we're looking at, like a Rayvon Crum, who I know me and Jeff have different opinions on, but I think I got a chance, or a buddy got a chance to look at him at a practice up at Princeton, and he's dropped 30 pounds since last year. So he's down to around 320 or so, moving extremely well, and has the look of, an SEC starter at some point in his career, and he's a lesser-rated guy. We got a couple other guys over in Georgia that we're looking at. That Big's going to be the first big offer for him, and I guarantee they're going to blow up. It's going to be a DJ Williams type deal. But very much watching or listening to what Chad's doing, and Gus is kind of taking. And I know people are going to grind their teeth when they say Gus is like helping anybody, but I think what Gus has done at Auburn is that he's been able to cultivate a staff of proven recruiters and guys in the SEC. The only people that you have that are truly kind of unproven are Auburn guys. And Travis Williams has turned himself into, he was an unproven guy that has stepped in and become a lights-out recruiter in the SEC.
Yeah, I know. And there were a lot of people in the bunker, J-Head, if you remember, who were not a fan.
No, not a fan at all. But Gus saw the ability for an Auburn alumni to come in, especially somebody that was as charismatic as Travis. And there's nobody that's a more effective recruiter than somebody that's from your school that bleeds the orange and blue, that can tell you not only what this university can do for you, they can show you what it did for them. They can show you how it got me to the NFL. How it helped me get a rap career, how it helped me get into coaching, and now I'm making 6 figures. They can show you what that Auburn degree and what being an Auburn Tiger can do for you, and that makes them extremely effective.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But if you look at the guys that are outside the Auburn brand, Larry Porter, stud. Wesley McGriff, stud. Big Nell's an excellent evaluator. Kevin Steele's as good as you're going to get. Rodney Garner, who is an Auburn man, but we sold him from Georgia. He has built a veteran staff of SEC guys that are extremely savvy, that are talented recruiters. And that's why we continuously recruit in the top 15, top 10, even when we're putting up 8 and 5 seasons, because you have guys that Gus has kind of built this staff around that have the ability to spin it when things go sideways. And that's what Chad didn't have on his staff. He didn't have that veteran presence. I think he had the chief, who couldn't recruit me or you to come play at Arkansas. And, and a handful of young guys.
Yeah.
So, I think he's just kind of taking him under his wing, showing him what you need to do to really manage an SEC program.
J-Head, I've never met anybody that has so much information. It's just so thick. You know everything, man.
Well, I get lucky, Jay. I get extremely lucky. I promise you that.
You don't get lucky when you're 100% every single time, bro.
I don't know about 100%, but once again, I want to thank you for the time to let me come on. Let you thank you for the time to let me talk about my personal situation.
No, that's awesome.
No, and just.
We love having you here. And listen, man, there have been so many thoughts and prayers put out for you in the last 20 minutes. Everybody we had no idea that you have been fighting through this, man. That's a tough situation to go through. I've never been through it, and I'm just hating it for you,
Well, it is, Jay. And it's extremely heartbreaking. And like I said, when you see the person that you love more than anything in this world, and there's nothing you can do to fix it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can do to make them feel whole. As a man, that's, you pride yourself on being able to fix things, to make things right. And there's nothing you can do for that but time and support and just trying to trying to be there and be a better version of yourself each and every day, and understand that God has a plan for each of us.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess I heard something very powerful the other day, and it's, when God says no, can you be committed? Can you be committed beyond when you said that you originally understand, and that you accept the fact that there are better things for you in this life, even when something bitter like this happens to you? And that's what I try to do, is try to understand and realize that there is a reason behind all of this, that maybe my testimony will be able to help somebody else when they face a similar situation, and they understand that you have the ability to move beyond this, that this is not the end of your life, that things will get better, that one day at a time, one step at a time. So I can't thank you enough for giving me that opportunity, Jay, just to kind of share that story. And like I said, if there's anybody else that's going through this, slip me a DM. If you're struggling with anything, let me know, because I would love to binge you in and talk to you about my personal story and how, you know, how you can push through it. I promise.
Jay, you're the man, dude. The best call we've ever had here.
I appreciate you, JG. I really do. Thank you, man.
See you, bro. Man, that was unbelievable. And I'm not even talking about all the great stuff that he provided, all the nuggets he provided. Was unbelievable. Like, just I didn't know that he had been going through that. I didn't know. He had mentioned earlier in the show that I had contacted him a few times, and I, you know, was because we love Jay Head, obviously, and I was like, hey, you know, the guys want you on the show, and he was like, I'm just not feeling it right now. I got some other things going on. I didn't know what he was talking about. I mean, I didn't know if it was work or whatever. And then he was, you know, he talked about today what it was, and it's heavy, man. And it's unbelievable. This kind of the way he framed it. You know, the way he's working through that. I've not been through that, so I'm not even going to speak on that. So incredible call. That's what Canoe Man said. Incredible call. Yeah, I don't know if it gets better than that. I mean, it's not fun, but you talking about just a call that hits you. That would definitely be one of them right there. We have some incredible folks at auburnsports.com, and Jay Head is right there in the pantheon of the great ones. AU Taxman says Jay Head nuggets greater than rice nuggets. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, a little bit, man. Man, he had such incredibly detailed breakdowns on the offensive line, defensive line, talking about Connis Miller a little bit, talking about TD Moultrie, defensive end, number 55, a guy who we know he's got the physical ability to be a great player, but he has not tapped into that yet, and we're trying to figure out exactly, you know, why. I think Coach G, is trying to figure that out as well. I love the cat says, always thought Jay Head was a good dude. No, you knew that. You knew that. Now I know it. War Eagle 0008 says, best call in Drain history, not close. The bunker is blessed to have people like Jay Head. I mean, dude, Jay Head is an absolute beast, but you know, it's interesting that Corny said TMPs for next caller. Yeah, I've actually turned down 2 calls already. Just because we need a minute after that one. Power Man says, I wish Jay Head was making $8 million instead of Gustav. Yeah, Jay Head's an absolute beast. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Canoe Man says it's time for TD Moultrie to live up to the number 55. He has the most potential. He has the potential to wear it. However, it's time for him to show it. Yes, the Carl Lawson number and others. You know, the chat, and I bet Jay Head would agree with me on this. The chat has always been that, you know, TD has the physical ability to be an incredible football player, and, you know, something just isn't quite clicking with him. And I think it's more of a mind over matter thing with him. Just to say, let's fight through some things. You're not going to feel 100% every single day of your life. And let's, even if you're 90%, if you're 85%, Continue to fight. Continue to fight. And fight through it. That's something that Carl Lawson could do. That's something that Derek Brown could do. And believe me, Derek Brown's junior year, or not last year, the 2018 season, he had a knee injury the whole way through. Or not necessarily the whole way through, but most of the way through. Where he had, I believe he had either partially, I think he had partially torn his patellar tendon. And he just played through it. And when I would ask him about it, he would just go, I don't want to talk about that next question. Like, he just refused to have that be something that we would talk about. He was like, I'm here to play. I'm playing. That's all we're going to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to talk about some other bullshit. And so that TD would do well to kind of learn some of that, I think. Excuse me, guys. I was choking there. But understand that Derek Brown's an odd case. Derek Brown is unusually attuned to. He grew up in a military family with a military setup, and he has that attitude of, I'm responsible for me, and there's no excuses, and I'm going to handle my shit. You know what I mean? And I think, Moultrie is a different kind of person. Moultrie is a different kind of person with a different attitude about it. And I think he just needs to modify it a little bit. That's all I'm saying. The end of the story. We love TD Moultrie. He's a good kid. And I think he's a tremendous athlete. Now he just has to find a way to make more of a difference on the football field. Let's see. Hold on. Hornatius, I should give him full credit. Viewers are rising 1 a.m. beaches. 72 now. Corny Mofo says 71 is the most in months. If you guys remember, though, like back in football season, we routinely had 300 or 400. And then for the Ole Miss game, which is kind of a special situation because, Auburn won the game. And then I have some Ole Miss folks that follow the show, whether that's Leif B or Georgia Rebel or Boomja Boomja, who I've not seen tonight. Did I already say Avery? Whatever. We got our friends from the Ole Miss site. Let's see. D. Lucky says it got dusty than an MF at my house during J-Head's call. Man, it's almost like we just need to shut the show down. Like, I mean, that's a mic drop moment. I mean, an incredible call just from the Nugget perspective, and then, just the heartbreak that he and his wife have gone through, and then the incredible way he's kind of found healing in it, I turned down another call. I'm sorry. I'm still talking about this. Love the Cat says we're getting Ole Miss wasted. Leif B says Auburn won that game and score only. Yes, I remember. Auburn got up, I think, 20-0 in that game. Is that right? And then it was 2014 at the end, and really Ole Miss was pushing. Ole Miss was right on the door. Ravin asks a great question. JG, how much of the drain do you remember from the Ole Miss brain drain? Wait, what do you mean? I did a brain drain? I'm just kidding. I also want to thank J-Head. Well, I was able to kind of get some of the chat situation straightened out during J-Head's call. And again, I admit, I'm sorry. I mean, the chat was the little widget I've got there in the middle for the chat. I wasn't able to replicate that when I was testing it. And so now that you guys are here and we've got a lot of viewers, we can test it. And it's pretty cool how it works like that. So I was able to make some minor modifications and get it working right. Oh, shoot. Doc, I didn't realize that was you, brother. Go ahead and call in again, and I will pick you up. I didn't realize that was you. A lot of times the calls come in, and I just see a number, and I don't know who it is. But, Doc, I need to add you to my my list of folks that are calling in. Ravine. Let's see what. Well, no, Leif isn't going to do that, is he? Different deal. Ravine. Thank you, D. Lucky. I don't really know where that's coming from. Love the cats. Patman says, I remember my first call into the first drain after the Auburn, Oregon game in Dallas. I do remember that. And we are super grateful for you for calling in. You always call in early, which we love. We absolutely love. And you were kind of a guinea pig on that one. But you're a tremendous caller. And a great bunker poster, too. I would hate for someone to ever ask me who the better brother is there, though. Because, I mean, your bro's a really good poster, too. He may or may not be up to your level, though, Power Man. I'm just saying. So I apparently I've turned down Doc like 2 or 3 times, and I didn't really mean to. I mean, it wasn't like I was trying. There he is. All right, call coming in. No, wait, this is not Doc. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
JG, what's going on?
Word. If I got, hold on, AU Storm?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. What's up, bro?
Oh, in the words of Sam Pittman, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's
the
a
0-10 Arkansas Razorbacks.
They're not. They might win one. They might win one. Maybe.
Who?
It would
a
be
random
either,
slip up.
It would be either Ole Miss or Missouri. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I do love the yes sir videos. They were funny to me. I just love it when he does that. But yeah, it's just he's a funny guy.
No, he
he's
is.
the head coach.
He's talking about Sam Pittman. Sam Pittman, the head coach at Arkansas. We don't really understand how he got that job, but he's a likable guy.
Yeah, just because he said yes sir on YouTube videos whenever a recruit committed at Georgia.
Yes sir.
Yeah. Yes sir.
Hey, how's the show been going, bro? Does it work on your end?
Dude, oh my goodness. I mean, talk about some incredible upgrades on your part. I mean, all the transitions.
Transitions are so.
The user interfaces and the UI, and it just all looks great.
Awesome.
All looks great.
I'm so stoked.
I mean,
dude.
as a day oneer, I mean, you want to talk about just a total transition from, and not saying that it was bad, but I mean, just the looks. I mean, it looks incredible.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate you saying that. I mean, I know you pay attention to this stuff, so I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, so it's been awesome, and I just got onto the show maybe 5-10 minutes ago. It's been a crazy week. I've been kind of out of touch, but logged in and took a look at it. And was just my mouth hit the floor with all the chat displaying on there and all that stuff. So you got a beast of a machine that you're able to do some cool stuff
man.
with.
I got a bunch of people that are responsible for that too. So thank you. Thanks to everybody for that.
Yeah. Hey, so I haven't really been able to keep up with much going on just with work and personal life. But what are your thoughts on the schedule and the way the SEC handled kind of everything with the pairing of teams, and we all thought it was going to be one way, and then with some it was a different way, and then the response on we tried to make it as competitive as possible, but that's to be determined. But I was kind of curious of what you thought about that and kind of how that's going to play out, and even if it does play out.
Well, I sure hope so. But I mentioned earlier in the show before you got on, A Storm, that I am the only one in my friend writer group. So my friends that are writers, so we talk on the text, and I'm the only one that thinks that like season's going on, like everything's going to be good. Like I'm not saying they're going to go 10 straight weeks, but I think things are going to actually work out, and I'm the only one in my little writer friend group that thinks that. I think a lot of those guys think they're going to cancel the season the next week, which I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. But maybe that's just me being optimistic. I don't know.
They think that because of what the MAC did today?
Yeah, and just kind of the thoughts of talking to the administrators that they know and that they trust. I think that's kind of the feeling that they get. I mean, I talked to a few myself, but I haven't gotten that feeling yet.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with I live in Auburn and have some friends and some family members who are connected and just knowing the community itself. The whole thing with students coming back and their whole testing process has just been a massive cluster. And just this whole couple weeks that are coming up, it's just going to be interesting to see that unfold. And with the MAC canceling their season, first off, I don't know what I'm going to watch on Tuesday nights now in the fall because there's no action. So that's kind of sucks. But, it's just going to be interesting to see what all comes about. And, especially with, now it's getting to the point where we are in August. So the decisions of tailgating and of who can go to games and, things like that is just going to be, it's going to be interesting to see who bites the bullet first and what the ripple effect is on that.
I know, man. I think the SEC really wants to go forward because there's so much money on the line for the SEC, but I think they can do this safely. I really, really do. And I don't care about the MAC. I mean, the MAC's going to lose money because they can't play all their big games against the SEC.
Yeah, I know.
Whoever else. But I don't know. I think they're going to give it a shot, man. We'll see if I'm right or I'm wrong. But I'm optimistic, man.
Yeah, it's just going to take what the MLB is doing right now with them sending, their teams aren't playing in a bubble per se, right? Which I guess that's going to be the case for football, right? So, they're going to have to go to these cities and play and travel and be, making contact with these other teams. So, what's to say that's going to happen like what the Cardinals are doing right now to a team of college kids, and then if that happens, are they going to cancel 2 to 3 weeks of games or postpone it or push it back? It's just all going to be a weird just experience to go through.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of like what the Cardinals are going through right now. They hadn't played in like a week.
There's a lot of people I'm friends with that are like, look at what's happened with the Cardinals, man. And I'm like, I know. Hopefully they'll be better, though.
Yeah. I mean, and who knows with the testing and what those results show. And I know some of them they have to get testing through a specific vendor rather than an instant test. They're saying they're negative. I don't know all that stuff, but
yeah,
it's just it's just going to be a weird experience to go through and a wild ride, kind of like what the MLB is. And you never know, you may have a team that's kind of like the Marlins. You got like Vanderbilt who may, run off 6 in a row. You just never know.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, bro.
I'm kidding.
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know.
But anyways, I just want to call and say hey and say I appreciate the cool stuff you're doing in the show, and we'll be tuning in for the rest of the evening and getting to chat a little bit. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
so just want to say hey and get your thoughts. So appreciate it.
Appreciate you, A-Storm. Be good out there.
All right, you too, man.
See you, bro. There he goes, AU Storm 20. Absolute badass. We got a couple super chats that came through. Definitely want to give some shout outs there. One to Ravine. Says, keep doing your thing, JG. You too, bro. Happy anniversary to you and administrative assistant. Okay. We're going to do that tomorrow night. And thank you very much for that. Sure, we also have one coming through from... Wait. I know there was one that came through. Warwick. It didn't come through my little feed. Oh, no, here it is. I'm sorry. Warwick, my man, says titties. Okay. We can do that. Of course we can do that. Of course. I have a special one for you guys. Man. I mean, come on, man. It wouldn't be a brain drain if we weren't doing the gals we adore. I mean, come on. And I know Corny and Canoe Man, I know you guys appreciate the gal on the left there. I mean, Jill Arrington, she's the hottest. She's the hottest I've ever seen personally, like in person. And in the middle there, we've got Jenny Dahl, who I think works up there in Boston, I'm guessing. Just based on the shirt, I wasn't really paying attention to her shirt. And then the gal on the right is the golf interview girl from the Golf Network. You guys would know. You guys would know what her name is. I don't know what her name is, but she has an incredible calf game. It's unbelievable. So those are the gals we adore. There are others. I just hadn't put them up yet. And I felt like with Warwick doing what he, with his super chat, I thought it was an appropriate time. I just thought it was. It's one person's opinion. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go back. Oh, I'm sorry. Love the Cat says 213. Interesting. AU Storm 20 says, aren't those the same chicks from a month ago? Have they gotten any less hot? That's my question to you. Have they? Is Jill Arrington any less hot now? No. The answer is no. And Jenny Dahl isn't any less hot either. Oh, shiz. Hold on. Hey now, how you doing? Welcome to the show, yo.
Well, first of all, has anybody talked about cheese sticks and dog dick yet?
Hey. What up, bro? How you been?
What's going on, brother? Doc Dumpster is on the line. How you doing, dog?
We've got you on the line loud and clear, Doc. Word. How you been, bro?
First of all, let's go ahead and put this thing on the top shelf. Hall of freaking Fame show. I'm so freaking glad I got to listen. I hadn't listened to one of these in a little while. We've had Power Man just tore it slap up.
He did.
Okay. Freaking Ruxy Poo, thank God he got back. Dude, Ruxy Poo's totally gone weird the past, 6 weeks. Thank God he's back on the show. We got to have his ass. And then how about Jay Head coming in, AU Storm, and I'm missing one person. Who am I missing? Dude, another good one too.
It was another good one.
AU Storm was a monster. It's just been a great night to listen to Auburn folks. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. And we got a stable platform, so we're happy with that too.
Yeah, no, I don't. I will say this. I'm not very technical. The bunker, it's the same to me as it was 2 years ago. I don't know how to see it any better or do it any better. But whatever you're doing, you're doing a great job, and the guests are just freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, that's the key, man. The folks are the important part of the show, no doubt. And you're one of them too, Doc. Everybody
very
looks
important. Well, I'm just saying, it's just been I got to listen tonight, and anytime you get to hear Power Man start things off, that's that's money right there.
And then Ruxy Poo.
And then Ruxy Poo is the brain drain. I've said this 100 times. He shows up, a year ago. Nobody knew who he was, and now he's just a freaking legend. So it's just great to hear. AU Storm was a monster. And then, Jay Head is maybe the best member of the bunker. And certainly was an interesting call with him. I didn't know anything that he was going through, but here's the deal. Jay Head is family, and his wife is family, even though I've never met them. So they will be on a ton of prayer lists tonight, tomorrow, and I just appreciate him a ton.
Yeah, Jay Head, man. I can't believe the incredible report he gave. It couldn't have been more comprehensive. I mean, seriously. He went through every position group and damn near every play.
Yeah, I will say this about Jay Head. I have mad respect for him. He's got a lot of inside knowledge, but he also is not afraid to give his opinion, which I love. Anybody who give your opinion, like he was talking about T.D. Moultrie. Well, yeah, he thinks there's a chance he can make a difference. I think T.D. Moultrie is one of the worst players we've ever had in our life. But with difference of opinion, who cares? In the end, we still love each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't think he's bad, though.
Well, here's the deal. He's been here 3 years. I don't think he's made I don't know if he's made a tackle. And I loved him out of high school. I'm just not sure the Jackson-Olin pipeline is one we want to hit in the future. Now, I could be I hope I'm wrong. I hope the guy has 11 tackles a game. I'm just saying I haven't seen it yet.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Sure. He's been a little disappointing, Doc. I'll be fair. I mean, because we thought he would jump in right away and be really awesome, and he's been.
I thought he'd have 10 sacks his freshman year.
He's been okay-ish.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just saying, Jay Head. I just use that as an example. I like guys that throw their opinions out there, like I do. It doesn't mean we're always right, but we throw our opinions out there.
Yeah.
I love Shibby Poo. I think he's the best running back on the roster. I'm the 1% of Auburn that feels that way, but that's okay.
Yeah. Your thoughts on adding at South Carolina and then home against Tennessee Vols? What do you think about that?
I think it's very fair. I think if you ask Auburn or South Carolina, I think they probably like it. I think if you ask Auburn, we probably like it. I'm real big on the winnable losables. Those are 2 winnable losables. Tennessee is going to be a better team probably than the team that beat us 2 years ago. Hopefully we're a little better team. South Carolina, Boone probably knows us pretty well. He's probably like us, probably offensively challenged. But I think it's two good games. We can win those games. So we can lose those games, but they're winnable games. I'd love to have a Missouri or a Vanderbilt somewhere, but we don't, and that's okay.
They're winnable, losable, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, everybody was making fun of Tennessee 2 years ago, and they came and beat us pretty good. Now, a lot of people don't remember that we had to score with 10 seconds in the game just to make it a 7-point game. It was a 14-point game until with 12 seconds of the game.
Damn.
That was a game. I don't know if I watched probably, like I said, more film than anybody. Malik Miller and Sal Cannella played the whole fourth quarter. And they played like every snap. Malik Miller probably caught 6 passes that game. We couldn't move the ball 20 yards past the line of scrimmage, so we throw these little screens to Malik. But hopefully we're better. But I think they're two very fair games, and we'll have a chance to win them.
What do you think Auburn's record can be here with these games? I mean, I'm going to pull them up here on the screen for everybody to see, but I mean, there's some tough games here. Yeah, go ahead.
I think we'll be 5-5. I think now I think people think that's a negative, but this is a different year. I said this the last time on the Brain Drain. The 3 gimmies are gone. We're going to play 10 SEC teams. I don't know that our offense is good enough to win games. Now, there's a chance maybe we could win 9 games. I have no idea. But we're going to play 3 or 4 teams whose rosters are better than us. And again, that's my opinion right there.
5-5, Doc. What are you doing? Like, they're going to be better than that. Come on.
I mean, we're going to play Georgia. We're going to play Tuscaloosa. We're going to play LSU. Okay, those 3 teams. If you lined up their 85 against our 85, they are better athletes than us today. Now, that's not saying we can't win that game. Okay, Texas A&M is probably in the discussion. Tennessee has really good athletes. I'm just saying, if Gus calls the plays, it's a 5-5 season. Now, maybe if Chad changes things, maybe we win 8 or 9 games. I just don't know.
I think Chad's going to be really good this year, Doc. Just saying.
Hey, listen, and I love that you think, because I hope you're right. I'm just basing it off of being an old guy who's just kind of, I've been, I say screwed is the wrong word, but I've been, I hope that after an 18-yard gain, I hope the next play is not right up the middle every time. And if it's not, I think we're going to have a chance to be pretty good. Now, we got our quarterback's got to play good. Nobody ever mentions quarterback on our team, but our quarterback, he's got to get better. He's got to get better.
You're starting to sound like Amanda a little bit there, Doc. I hate to say it, but she was pretty negative,
No. Listen, I like Bo. Look, dude, I don't think there's any question of our players. He probably works the hardest. Okay, I'm just saying. I've seen a lot of film. There are 3rd graders in Aniana that can throw the pass to Harold Joyner to end the Georgia game. Okay, that pass wasn't able to be made. Now, obviously, he made some great plays. He had some great plays. I'm just saying, if he gets better, we're gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, word.
Yeah,
I like Bo Nix myself, but whatever. It's cool.
I don't know. I like him.
I know you do. You do.
I'm a fan of Bo Nix. I'm just saying. Like people talk about Kellen Mond in our fan base, and they kind of say, "Oh, he's not very good." Okay, my Tuscaloosa buddies and my Texas A&M buddies, they hope Bo Nix is here for 50 years. Like they're just not. They don't think that they're not. They're like us with Kellen Mond with him.
Yeah.
I think that hopefully he takes that next step and he can get better.
Damn.
I think he can.
Yeah, I think he can
he's
too.
He's got great legs. He runs the ball well. Literally, I think his most impressive attribute is that he doesn't get sacked. You remember the Jarrett Stidham 10-sack game against Clemson?
Yeah.
If Nix plays that game, he probably gets sacked once or twice.
That's true. He was bad in the first 3 or 4 games, but I thought he got better, Doc, and he was a lot smarter, particularly in the Alabama game. I thought he was really good.
I thought he had a really good Alabama. I thought he had a great fourth quarter against Georgia. And I will say this about Nix, and I've said this on the bunker 8 billion times. Some of my issues with Nix are definitely our offense, okay? We had 2 4th and 2s against Georgia and Florida there's one on the bunker that people have the photograph of the Georgia game where Booby is in Wildcat, and they have 9 guys based on the right side. They know exactly where Booby's going. We've got to quit. We've got to quit being so predictable. Booby's best run of the year, and I'm a huge Booby fan, was I think a 15-yard loss against Florida because they knew exactly where he was going. So if we quit being predictable, there's a chance we could be pretty good.
And you liked Booby more than most, right?
I love Booby. I thought Booby was a stud. I hope Booby. I don't know any details on Booby, but I hope he keeps playing, and I think that he knew he'd be ineligible, so he is taking offers. But when you started Auburn for 2 years, when you started Auburn for 2 years at tailback, that's a pretty good resume.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Hey, I'm drinking this Jefferson's Ocean Aged at Sea cask strength. Have you ever had this, bro?
Hey, Joe, let me tell you something, dog. I ain't never had anything above that bottom shelf. I've been straight for, gosh, I'm probably coming up on a month and a half. Now, I did a bunch of mushrooms this weekend, but I've been straight for the liquor. So hopefully, I need to get a good liquor night in me, but I've been straight for a while.
Yeah, okay. Why are you doing that, Doc? Why would you be straight? I don't know why. What's the benefit here?
Well, I got in trouble. To be totally honest, I got busted by the cops probably about a month and a half ago, and I got a court date pending, and I was just trying to get there and say, hey, I've been straight for this long. I thought it'd sound better.
I think that's going to help. I do. I think it's going to help.
I really do. I think I'm going to be okay, but I'm an old guy, but I'm extremely immature, and I get myself in bad situations, and I got myself in a bad one, and I just got to work myself out of it.
Like, approximately how old are you, Doc?
Almost 61.
Is that right? I thought you had been about 55, bro.
Well, let me see. I think I am almost 61. Yeah, no, because my 55th birthday, I think we had at the Wendy's in Alex City, if I remember right, about 6 years ago.
When am I going to be able to hang out with you, Doc?
Well, listen. Doc's an old guy. Doc's trying to hide from this COVID stuff, so Doc probably is not trying to leave much, but hopefully next football season I'm down there.
And how is
my nephew goes down there, so I'm down there about 3 times a year. The next time I'm down there, I'll give you a shout.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, another incredible call, Doc Dumpster. We love having you on the show, and we love it when you call in. You called in last week, called in this week. It's just
this show has been great tonight. Really good, lot of good freaking callers, a lot of good info. I think we're gonna play football this season. I know all these guys were like, "Oh, well, the MAC said this," or the MAC. Dude, nobody gives a shit about the Grand Valley freaking gynecologist versus the Deerfield freaking dog dicks. I mean, who cares what they do? We're going to play football in the SEC. Unless the numbers get nuts, we're going to play.
Yeah, word. That's the way I feel about it too, Doc. So let's just hope we're right.
Yeah. Well, have a great rest of the show. And listen, when you're taking, what's your daughter's name? Sally, Jally, what's her name?
Francesca.
Okay. When you're taking Francesca tomorrow to Troy State, have a safe trip, okay?
All right, Doc. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, be good, buddy.
See you, man. Bye-bye. There he is, Doc Dumpster, 61 years young. Oh, my goodness. Cleveland Brown says, damn, Doc. Alaska Tiger asked, did Doc go to school at AU? I don't know. I didn't ask him. I would bet that he would say that he didn't know. I bet he would say he went to community college. Yeah. I got to be up and going at 5:30 in the morning, guys. But I'm enjoying this. I'm so glad that our platform works. I think we got a winner here. I've got the chat box working. All right, we've got the chat box working. We've got the super chat. Brad Easterwood, our man, with a $5 super chat during Doc's call. Says, Blanton's kicking me tonight. JGT, we need a lamp on that. There's a way I could probably add that. We're going to do that right now. I just feel like doing that right now. Let's see, desktop. I had the number 19 GIF here ready to go, but I think I lost it. forget what I called that. Oh, no, I know exactly what I called that. I've lost it. Ain't no big deal. We'll just work it out next time. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
What's up, JG?
Hey, what up, D-Lucky?
Chilling, baby. Chilling.
What do you think about our stable situation here? Our the show stayed on.
It's been nice. I was going to go ahead and call a little early to make sure I get in before it either crashes or the administrative assistant cuts it off. Because you got to get on the road.
Nah, it's going to be like 8 hours from now. I don't know, dude. You've got younger kids, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm
both. I've got a younger, and I've got one that's a little older than yours.
Oh, so you sent that one off to college?
I was ready to, but she actually stayed home and went to junior college.
Okay,
so I did not get the official out of the house deal. But I was taking it very differently than you, only because I knew that it was the best thing for her for the independence. She needs that part for maturation. So
yeah, I'm kind of weirded out, dude. I mean, it's hard for me. Like in a way, I want to hang out with administrative assistant more and not have to worry about Maddie being here. But at the same time, like I only got one kid, man. You know, and she's gonna be gone. Sucks.
It's 2 hours away. Not
true.
a problem to have a nice weekend if you decide that you need to see her. And same thing, she'll come up I-65 if she needs to. So
yeah,
it won't be that bad.
Now you spent some time down in Mobile, right?
Oh yeah.
And you were thinking Felix's Fish Camp would be the spot.
That is absolutely the spot. I think it's a great combo, especially if Maddie's going to go with y'all. It's casual enough that it's not too straight laced, but it's nice enough for an anniversary and that whole deal. Plus a great view of the causeway and the bay and all of that good stuff. So that's the spot to go for dinner.
Here's the thing. So it's not going to be Maddie. I think she's going to be chilling on campus, but I think we're going to be going with her roommate's parents.
Even better. An adult event is good. But they might even have some live music.
Oh, word. What if I don't think they're the coolest people ever?
Not a problem. You can always ditch them after dinner. And then there's another place right there on the causeway that you can also go to that will have some live music also, especially on Sunday.
Okay.
So just somewhere on the causeway will be a good spot for you. And then if, the night gets a little crazy, you always have downtown Mobile.
Oh, yeah. That's where I saw Steel Panther, D-Lucky. Downtown Mobile.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've had some good times down there. Not bourbon, but it'll do in a pinch.
What else has been going on, man? I mean, what's the week been like what's the bunker week been like from your perspective?
Nuts. This has been crazy, man. The divides and the politics and all that is it just literally amazes me how stuck in on those positions some people are. It just blows my mind. I'm too middle of the road, so I can see different sides of the positions. And there are just some people who just literally are not moving, will not move off of what they believe, and I just I don't get it. It's just if I was that staunch about something, I wouldn't engage with someone about it, because if I just believe it, then no one's going to change my mind. I just dip. That's just the way I look at it. I'm not going to even go back and forth with somebody about it.
All right.
So that's been that for me. Outside of that, it's been a relatively good week with the football schedule, coming out yesterday, or new teams coming out yesterday. I think we're going 10-0.
I love that. I love the positivity, bro.
Yes, we're going to go 10-0, but we're not going to get to play in the playoffs. Something's going to happen to screw that up.
Yeah,
that's the Auburn way.
Because somehow it'll work out where Alabama gets what they need, right?
Yeah. This will be the first time that, the first four teams in the whatever will all go undefeated, and we'll be number 5 or some crazy shit like that with one loss to Alabama, and that'll be it. That'll be how we end up out. It'll be 9-1 out of it, or we'll beat Alabama, but some other conflagration of stuff will just knock us out. I don't know. Somehow we'll get screwed.
Seriously, man, you've been following Auburn long enough to know some bullshit's going to go down, right?
It already has. I mean, I don't think we got a bad draw by any stretch of the imagination, but we did not get the cake draw that the other three big dogs got.
No, that's true.
Then the other part that I'm waiting to see is how they then lay out that schedule, if it's even more beneficial to them. So do they get their cupcakes to start the season, or a convenient bye week, or that whole deal, so that they Bama's breaking in maybe a new quarterback, who knows. So do they get a couple of weeks for that kid to get in and get his feet wet and go from there, or do they start off with somebody that's actually competitive week one? So I'm curious to see how the actual schedule launch goes.
Yeah, I am as well. The first thing I don't even want to. Seriously, I'm an Auburn writer. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm going to be looking at Alabama's schedule before I look at Auburn's schedule. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I want to see what he is able to pull off.
Yes, no, I'm with you on that. It wasn't even they didn't even attempt to hide it with this. They were just like, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and make it easy for them. Like, they could have given them the two that, or thrown them South Carolina, and then everybody would be like, South Carolina, Kentucky is their extra two. Everybody would be like, okay. They didn't make it super easy for it. Like, that would have been some credibility, and they still would have smashed both of them. It would have at least looked better. The optics would have looked better in that case, but they didn't even care about the optics.
Damn.
They're like, yeah, we're running SEC. We're setting this up for TV. I bet the last 2 weeks are going to be fire, though, with the schedule. I bet the last 2 weeks are going to be nuts as far as what games show up for the last 2 weeks.
That is absolutely true. I'd like to see what happens on that. I wonder what Auburn can do with the schedule. I would say 7-3 is what I'm looking at here.
7-3 is probably reasonable.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I think next year they're going to be better. 2021, I think they'll be better than they are in 2020, but.
Well, look, shout out to my man Jay Head. His call was awesome, but he said some stuff in there about our offensive line that I'm going to go back and re-listen to, because I am more positive about our offensive line after hearing that dude, because I trust his opinion. So I got to go and re-listen to that. So that was great, man. I really enjoyed that call.
It was so thick that I tell you what, we're going to try to figure out a way to get that put back up on the internet, on YouTube, just that call, because it's so thick, full of information that you have to listen to it again. I mean,
100%. And the way he was willing to open himself up and reach out to other people, and I mean, just awesome. I just love his attitude about it, and thinking about him and his wife and family, and praying it all gets better for them. They'll get there eventually. Been through it, so can relate. And it's tough, but like I said, he's got a great attitude about it, and that's the starting point for him there. So,
all right, brother, D Lucky, you're one of our Hall of Fame callers, and you've only been calling in like 2 or 3 months, but I mean, you're as good as it gets, man.
Man, I appreciate that. Look, wishing you guys a safe trip, safe travels. Hoping Maddie has a safe, healthy, prosperous, and kick-ass school year, man. So, y'all take it easy.
Thanks, D Lucky. See you, bro.
All right, peace.
There he goes, D Lucky. Definitely a Hall of Fame caller. Definitely a Hall of Fame caller. There's no doubt about it. And probably I would say he's a Hall of Fame bunker poster too. I mean, I would. We got a super chat in the interim from Hall of Fame super chatter and bunker member Jazzy Joe. Says, "What's up, fam? Sorry I've been missing. Just woke up. Holy shit, it's 9:40 in the Central Time Zone. Just woke up and wanted to show some love. About to start driving. I'll be listening. Weagle, fam. Hey, you guys know, I mean, I've told you, I have met Jazzy Joe. Like, Jazzy Joe had lunch with me and B-Matt, Jay Lee. We had lunch at Acapulco's in Auburn, and it was like one of those moments where it's like, holy shit, we're actually meeting Jazzy Joe. Like, he is everything you thought he would be. Loves Auburn through and through. His truck is the one that you see there in his super chat picture. And I cannot imagine somebody loves Auburn more than Jazzy Joe. I mean, I know some of you guys love Auburn, and you probably love it as much as he does, but you can't love it more. What in the world? Snap. Sorry, I was getting a chat there. I need to check that one out. Looks like the chat box is working better now. That's definitely a step in the right direction. And it changes colors, too. The chatter's names change. That's good. Yeah, word. That's incredible. We had some great calls tonight. I mean, Jay Head he's at the top, but D Lucky's had some great ones. Hey, you Stormer's great as well. Hey, caller, what's going on? How you doing?
Fire gas.
Nah, is this my man? Is this flying around?
It's Alpha Tiger.
Oh, shit, man. My bad. I didn't hear enough words. What up, bro?
Not too much. How you doing tonight, Taylor?
We've had some great calls, Alpha Tiger. You would know that because you've been listening. I know that, right?
We have. Obviously, Jay Head was a very good call.
Hall of Fame.
Definitely tip my hat to him and what he's going through. Been through some similar situations, so certainly can relate. But hopefully, he continues to stay strong.
Now, you say you've dealt with some of that too, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean my brother passed back in March, so having been there for my parents and seeing them, was one of their children. You kind of see what they're going through. Obviously, it's no parent should ever have to bury their children.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Thoughts and prayers of you too, as well, bro. I know you mentioned that on the show too.
But
yeah. Hey, let me ask you this, Alpha. As somebody who's on the show, I mean, you watch the show every single week. I mean, is the platform working for you?
I mean, it was working before. I mean, obviously last week with the freeze was kind of frustrating, but
sucked.
I mean, other than that, I don't think there was anything that really needed to be adjusted. But it's kind of neat seeing the chats pop up on the screen and whatnot. But
all right, cool.
I mean, as far as everything else, the status quo was good enough other than the freezes last week.
Yeah. I was embarrassed. It's embarrassing, dude. It sucks because I try to be really, really good for you guys on this stuff, I mean, come on, man. And it sucked. So I'm glad it worked out.
Well, it happened. We're obviously going to give you a hard time about it, but I don't think anybody was particularly, pissed off about it, so.
I was. But that's cool. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, tell me what you want to talk about, Alpha Tiger.
No, I mean, I thought the schedule, so I know you've been talking about, who got who in terms of the schedules being released, and, for the most part, I thought they were pretty fair. I mean, pretty much everyone expected us to get screwed, but at the end of the day, obviously, we could have done better than South Carolina and Tennessee, but we could have done a lot worse, and, you look at your rivals like Bama, and, they got off kind of easy, but at the same time, they were already playing Georgia. We're already playing Georgia. It seemed like the SEC, for the most part, was just trying to make sure that the top 5 or 6 teams in the conference that had a realistic chance of winning the championship didn't get screwed, I guess, in terms of they kind of protected the top 5 or 6, which we're a part of. So I guess we all kind of benefited from it. And you can go back and forth as to whether or not, Vandy, Missouri versus South Carolina, Tennessee, but at the end of the day, you're getting scheduled against the 4th and 6th best team in the SEC from the year ago, or from the East from a year ago. So, I mean, if you can't beat those teams, you're not really competing for a championship anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with what you're saying, though. I mean, Auburn got treated like a top-end team. That's my view. I mean, Alabama got the sweetest deal, and LSU got a sweeter deal, but I mean, Auburn got treated like Georgia, basically, I think. And, I mean, to me, that's a good thing for Auburn,
I thought LSU got the best end of the deal. I mean, you can talk all day long about how, Alabama was treated, and they were treated well, but at the same time, I think, LSU getting Vandy and Missouri was certainly better than Alabama's draw from the additional 2 added. But, like I said, Alabama already had Georgia on the books, and, LSU plays Florida every year, so that was obviously taken into consideration. But at the end of the day, I mean, there's no schedule that they could put out that would have made everybody happy. And like I said, we could have done better. We could have done much worse. So I really think that we should just kind of take what we're dealt with. And, like I said, at the end of the day, if you can't beat the fourth and the sixth best team from the East from a year ago, then you really don't have an argument that you don't have a play for the championship anyways.
Hey, Alpha, you're speaking my truth, though, man. I mean, that's exactly how I feel about it. If you're going to pay this much money for the coaches, for the whole organization, you should be able to beat South Carolina and Tennessee. I mean, that's just my opinion about it. Like, that should not be a big deal.
And they're not the type of team that, like, I mean, if you go out, like, you know, anybody can beat anybody. Obviously, we lost to Tennessee like 2 or 3 years ago, and you know that was a pretty ugly loss. But like at the end of I mean, we weren't a championship caliber team, so I mean, it's kind of the same thing here. It's just like if you can't beat Tennessee this year, then you're not a championship caliber team. That's just the end of the conversation. So,
all right, word. Anything else you want to discuss?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I guess. What are you thinking in terms of like basketball or next spring sports? Do you think there's going to be at all effective? Do you think we'll be somewhat back to normal by the time the seasons roll around, or what?
Yeah, that's just so far out there. You know, I've said it before. I mean, I love basketball more than football. I like football. I like football. I love Auburn football. But I've always kind of had a soft spot in my heart for basketball. I hope that they were able to get that going. And I think Auburn's going to be good next year. That's the thing. It sucks covering Auburn and knowing that they may not have basketball next year because I love Auburn basketball. I mean, everybody does, right? I mean, Auburn basketball is fun to watch. So I hope they were able to get it in.
And, I mean, do you think that, you know, if there's still no fans at that point, do you think that affects this team? I mean, obviously you'll get Auburn's record at home versus their record on the road.
Right.
You know, they've been good in both, but at the same time, like their home record is undeniably one of the best in the country. So, I mean, do you think that plays a part in how they perform if they're playing, but there's no fans in the stands?
I really hope there's fans in the stands, and I am optimistic, Alpha Tiger, that they will figure something out and get us straightened out. I don't know if there'll be a vaccine or a treatment, but whatever, one way or another, we'll be okay by then. That's my hope.
Sounds good. I mean, obviously, we're all hoping for that. So we'll.
Yeah. I don't know about Stump Fan and Ghost of Tallahassee Tiger. I don't know. Maybe they may not be pulling for that.
Probably not. But I was going to leave that off the call. But if you want to go down that road,
no, I don't want to go down that road. I'm just saying. All right, bro.
Well, I mean, I know how you try to, you know, spare the storms with those two. So, you know, keep doing what you do, and I guess we'll see how that plays out.
All right, bro. We'll talk to you next week. I hope you call in.
That's good. Thanks, Sarah.
All right, Alpha Tiger. See you, bro.
Yeah.
There he goes. Alpha Tiger. Great caller. I mean, some of you guys are saying he's a little more ponderous than he has been before, but we love Alpha Tiger. He always keeps it on point. I am very happy to say right now, excuse me, that seriously, this screen right here, with the exception of the bottom 20%, bottom 15% maybe, where it says Ecamm Live, and then like this dark area to the left of the brain drain, like it's pretty much what I want to do. We got the schedule, we got the On the Horn, we got Jazzy Joe's super chat because he's a badass. We got me. I try to keep it as small as I can. And then we got Seth getting crushed by two lane guys after a 40-yard game probably. And then we got the chats here in the middle. Like, this is exactly the way that I wanted it to go. And we got it working. And I have you guys to thank because we got, oh my gosh, D Lucky did. He just did it. He just super chatted us again. Thank you, D Lucky. Pocket money for my future fellow JAG alum. I did not know you were a South Alabama graduate. I did not know that. I probably should have known that, but I didn't know that. Thank you, D Lucky. Appreciate you, bro. And you also called in. So thank you. Unbelievable day for you, my opinion. Let's see. Canoe Man says, do not bury the lead. It is stable. Yeah, I do. Seriously. You guys think that oh no, Warwick, you're right. I did get a hiccup there. Canoe Man, you're right. Dude, administrative assistant, were she to get on the phone, she's not actually here. She's only been up here once. She's got shit going on. I mean, this is the last night. This is the last night for Maddie in the house, like as a full-time dweller here. She'll be back, I'm sure, at some point before too long. I mean, she's got a winter break from like 3 days before Thanksgiving until like the 15th of January, so she'll be back. But it's going to be weird. I'm not going to lie about it. It also seems like Ecamm Live is probably going to be good for us. I think that's going to be a good platform for us. Yeah. I think this is working good for us. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with the way that it worked out. I would also strongly encourage all of you guys to have a YouTube avatar. Like Warwick has one. Let's see, Leif B has one. Some other folks. Melee has one. Thank you, Melee, for being part of the show, bro. Appreciate that. Auburn Athletics, that's actually me, has one. I mean, it makes it better. D-Lucky, first of all, you're an absolute badass. You're a psycho mad lad. There's no doubt about it. But, I mean, I know you got a picture of the rings, like in your avatar on the bunker, so let's get that instead of this pink thing. I'm just throwing that out there. Corny says, are you ready to go, Jay? I don't know what that means. Corny, I don't know what that means, bro. Canoe Man says, if the Commodore is happy, we are happy. I mean, so I downloaded this, I think, Tuesday. Hold on, I need to finish this thought. I downloaded this Tuesday, and it took me 2 full days to kind of, I had to watch some videos, like tutorial videos, and just kind of understand how this thing works. But I got it working. I got it worked out. There were some things we figured out here during the show. We got the chat box straightened out. We got the Alpha Tiger, where it says Alpha Tiger right now. We got the color worked out on that. We took the scroll out. We're probably not going to do the scroll. I bet you that is that Hornatius calling me right now? Who is that? Who is that calling me? Oh shit, it better not be flying around. Is it really? Is that flying around calling me? D-Lucky, my man. I didn't know you were a South Alabama graduate. I should have known that. Seriously. I mean, I'm at peace with my daughter's decision to go to South Alabama, but I feel better now. I didn't realize that. I wish you had told me that, like when we were going through the process of trying to figure out where she's going to school. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
What's up, JG?
Word. Who I got on the horn?
Flying around.
Flying around. What's up, man? I haven't heard from you in a minute.
I know it's been busy for me. A lot of work, a lot of cars.
You had an incredible call the last time you called in, bro.
I did, and I went back and because of course I can't see the messages when I'm telling stories, but
sure.
Yeah. So this was one of those questions where I was like, yeah, let's just hear that question because everybody's got that question. I mean, everybody's pissed in the bed, and then then when I said it, and you were like, no, bro, sorry, I've never done that.
I mean, I'm not judging.
Everybody. Alpha, Canoe Man, they were like, no, that's just you, buddy.
No, it's not just you. I know for a fact it's not just you because I had a fraternity brother that had a similar issue. So you definitely ain't just you.
Well, it's not a similar issue. It's probably been like 4 times in my life.
Yeah.
And some of the questions, so I will. So I think one of the questions somebody asked was like, how did your wife marry you? And
somebody asked you that?
That's a good question. Yeah, well, on the drain when I went back and looked at the comments.
Yeah, okay, I got
you. So yeah. I mean, it took some convincing. I mean, I basically had to, show her my bed, my mattress. I mean, because you can't cover up piss stains right on your mattress.
No.
So I was like, yeah. I mean, see, look, I'm not a bedwetter.
No, of course, dude. Of course, you're a badass. You're a beast. I mean, we know this.
But I was running late tonight, and I've got to go back and listen to J-Head and all the previous callers.
Man. We got some incredible calls tonight, and J-Head, that might have been the greatest call we ever had here at on the Brain Drain. I mean, he had nuggets, he had life philosophy, like he had everything in that call. Unbelievable.
And let's see, what else? What are you? So you're drinking Jefferson's?
Jefferson's Ocean Aged at Sea Cask Strength. It's the hot stuff.
And how is it?
I have very much enjoyed it, but my friend Michael M. sent that from California, so I didn't have to pay for this one, but it is pretty expensive. I'll say that.
Yeah, I know. I've yet to buy a top shelf, and so I'm wondering, should I just go ahead and buy a Blanton's, or the Jefferson's has always intrigued me because of the way they do it.
This has been pretty good bourbon. I'm not going to lie about it. This is top 10 for me. I think you need to drink Blanton's. That's probably the next thing you need to drink. It's really good. No, it really is.
Okay. All right. I'll do the Blanton's and then maybe the Jefferson.
What tell me a couple bourbons that you really like. Like what are ones that you enjoy, you drink and you really enjoy them?
I love Woodford. I'm not going to lie. I know you're not a big Woodford fan, and
I get it.
But I don't know. It just it doesn't really have a bite. It's smooth all the way through. So Woodford, Buffalo Trace. I'm kind of in those price ranges.
Shoot, Buffalo Trace is really good for the price, bro. So you're gonna really enjoy Blanton's. That is a Buffalo Trace product. It's just like the better version of Buffalo Trace.
That's right. Yeah.
Have you not had it before?
I have not. No.
Wow, you're gonna be so stoked, dude. It is so good, man.
Because we do. I don't know. It's my stupid way of thinking, I guess. But I'm just like, man, Buffalo Trace tastes so good. Why won't I spend $100 on a bottle of Blanton's? But at the same time, we're spending $80 on a liter of Patron. So there you go.
Did you say a liter?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Looks like Easterwood from the Bunkers says he's drinking Blanton's right now. So.
Oh, I've seen that. I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got a funny story about Alpha Tiger. So I guess about a year ago. And you know how Alpha, you know how he's a poster on the board. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. And so last year in Hoover, I found 4 bottles of Buffalo Trace. Like they had just got the stock in, and I was so happy. I was like, man, I got 4 bottles. So I got it home and I took a picture of it, and I put a lamp thread. Here's my bottles of Buffalo Trace, because at that you can't ever hardly find it. And so this picture has the bottles on my countertop, and then you can kind of see my hardwood floors in the kitchen. And so I have laminate countertops, and the hardwood floors is like, it's not laminate, but it's that thin, cheap, shitty looking hardwood floors. I mean, and so Alpha was like, I don't know what's worse, your laminate countertops, or he knew the kind of hardwoods it was. I forgot what he said. He said, I don't know which is worse, your hardwood floors or your laminate countertops. Boosh.
Oh no, man. Listen, man, everybody here loves you. Like flying around, like you're like an absolute beast. Like everybody here loves you. Seriously.
Good. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I do too. I mean, all those guys, Alpha, Canoe Man, Power Man, love the Cats, A lot of dick heat. A lot of dick
Oh,
heat.
tons.
And-
Tons of dick heat. Absolutely.
All right, so I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who is? All right, name one player on offense and defense that you're ready to see this year. Because mine is, I'm going to butcher his name when I say it. The tight end.
Brandon Frazier?
Is it? No, the one from Mississippi.
JJ Pegues.
Pegues.
Yes.
Is it Pegues?
Pegues, yeah.
What a badass name.
Yeah, because he's a badass. That's why he has that name.
Yes, when he gets in the weight room, I mean, just think. I mean, this kid is. I mean, I done forgot his size, but I mean, wait till he gets on Auburn's weight system. I mean, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see him, and I hope Gus wasn't, bullshitting when he was talking about how he wants to use him and how excited he was. So you really think Gus is going to put some packages in for him this year?
I think Chad is going to put some packages in. I think Chad's going to be the one that's actually doing shit. I really believe that. I may be the only one, but I really do believe that.
And on defense, I'd have to say, is it Steiner at linebacker?
Are you talking about first-year players?
Yeah.
What are some other options? Tell me some other options.
I don't know. I just seen a workout video with Steiner because with Chandler Wooten opting out, some of those freshman linebackers going to have to get in, and I seen a workout video of Steiner. Power cleaning 400 pounds. Did you see that video?
No, he's a good kid, man. I don't worry about the bench, the clean, and all that shit, but I do care about the kid, and that kid is really, really bright. Like Wesley Steiner, because to me, like really smart kids generally end up maximizing their potential, and Wesley Steiner is a very, very bright kid. So, yeah, I like him a lot. I just don't know if he's going to break in this year because you got they run two linebackers, and you got Papo. And you got downhill, so I mean, those are the two guys you're going to see the most, right?
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I don't know, man. I have to look at it, and I don't have it in front of me. And I've been drinking a bunch of Jefferson's Ocean Asia Sea Cast strength, so I messed up.
I feel like we got a lot of things in common because Jill Arrington. I mean, let's be honest. If Adolf Hitler had to pick, the perfect blue-eyed, blonde-haired chick. I mean,
wait. Why did you bring up Adolf Hitler? Wait, why?
Because that was going to be the dominant race, right?
Oh, word. She's really pretty though. I don't care what Hitler would have thought about her. She's really hot, and these other chicks are really hot too. Would you agree?
Yeah, but Jill's just she's on another level.
I'm telling you, man, to sit next to her in the Georgia press box, if she's so hot, you can't even talk. Like, you can't even speak. Like, she's super hot.
And my love with Sam Kinison, if there was one comedian I could see, right now, would be Sam Kinison would be my top one.
Yeah. So he's buried in Tulsa. And I've actually been to his grave, and I sat there for 30 minutes and talked to him. About 2 years ago, when Auburn played at Arkansas, I fly into Tulsa, and I went by and visited his grave. And so that's how strongly I feel about Sam Kinison, and I'm glad you do too, because he died he died a long time ago, but he was really funny, wasn't he?
And talented, and could sing. You've seen his YouTube videos, right?
No, he could sing for sure, man. He was crazy, man.
and then start screaming.
Yeah. He's crazy, man.
Oh yeah, yep. All right, Jay, that's all I had, man. But I just wanted to get I wanted to let your viewers know that I didn't opt out. I'm still here.
All right.
The phone call didn't embarrass me.
No, it shouldn't. You're a badass. I mean, that's why. That's the bottom line. You're a badass.
So everything's good here, and I don't know, man. I'm kind of optimistic. I'm still optimistic about the season, but Jay, you know as well, like, you know, I work for a big company, and when bad shit is going to happen, like the rumors start circulating first. Like they don't want to like impact you. Like they want to get the rumors starting, and then that way you're already, it's already in your head before they drop the bomb on you, right?
Yeah. That's exactly right. You're speaking the truth, bro.
So what Pat Ford said today, like that's, I don't know, it's just a red flag. I'm still optimistic, but it is a red flag.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Pat Forty, as misguided as he may be, he knows people, and I'm concerned. Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Jay, man. Again, I was late, so I gotta get back and watch the rest of the show. Probably play some Fortnite with the little girl first. And
no, that's good. Everybody loves you flying around. You're one of our great callers, bro.
I just appreciate you doing this, Jay, man. This is I don't want to be the guy that, you know, that's all hugs and rainbows, but I mean, really, I mean, you pulling this show when all this shit's going on, it's awesome.
Man, we appreciate it, bro.
It makes everybody Saturdays for sure.
Well, flying around, you make everybody Saturdays by just being on the show, bro. So stay strong, all right?
All right, brother.
See you, bro.
See
you, man. There he is, flying around. An absolute beast. A psycho maniac mad lad right there. We've got a special person that we need. Hold on. Administrative assistant. Here. I think I need to take a break for a second. Hold on. Just give me a second. All right, guys. I'm taking my break. I was just talking to administrative assistant. She's right over here. We got a little bit longer. So we've been on the horn. Oh my God. Is this true? It says we've been live for 3 hours? Is that true? There's no way. Wait, hold on. Somebody's trying to play a trick on me. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Tate went to give administrative assistant best 35 seconds of her life. Would that have even been the best 35 seconds of your life, administrative assistant?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Uh-oh. Wait, that's not right. Oh, my bad. Whoa. Call me Biscuit. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the super chat, brother, man. Oh, I can't lower it anymore. It's too big. Congrats, Horn, on the new Suzuki Samurai. Dude, I got a whole thing about Hornatius on that. Tomorrow going to be a great day in the Tate house. They get sweeter as time passes, I promise. Ooh, I'm glad to hear that. Peace, enjoy the moment. Holy call, J-Head. Yes, J-Head's call was insane, you guys. I hope you guys had a chance to hear that because J-Head's call is in the Hall of Fame of brain drain calls. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I want to give a shout out also to Chip Chip. He was up here earlier. Since the new platform is Teats, I guess that means good. I think it's a keeper. Get a top shelf drink tomorrow night. Appreciate you, Chip Chip. He sent $23.23, which it's our 23rd anniversary, right? Hold on. That was a very clever call. Oh my God, unbelievable. If you guys see that on my, can I even show that? So it is our 23rd anniversary. Courtney, I hadn't even thought about that. I mean, I knew it was our anniversary. I knew it was our 23rd.
Yeah, genius. It's our 23rd.
Well, it doesn't feel like that long ago, honestly. I mean, because
Oh, Jesus.
you're more gorgeous now. I mean, seriously, you look great. I've never seen you look better than you did walking down the aisle, obviously. But you're hotter now day to day than you were then. I'm serious.
Oh, that's sweet. Drink another shot.
Okay.
No, don't.
Wait.
Don't.
Did you say drink another shot?
Don't. 5:30's early.
Man, Chip, you deserve extra credit for that incredible super chat for 2323. The new platform is Teats. I think it's a keeper. Get a top shelf drink tomorrow night. Thank you, sir. We got I mentioned it earlier, but Call Me Biscuit. I don't want to diminish that. Thank you very much for the super chat there. It says congrats Horn on this new Suzuki Samurai. Because Hornatius love the cats, as you may know it on the chat. Got a new like Jeep something or other. I don't even know what the hell that thing is. I'm not a Jeep guy, so I don't know. I mean, I drive a Toyota hybrid Camry.
Hey, Mr. Tate.
And so I don't know anything about Jeeps.
That's a lot of bourbon you had.
Wait, what? She said this is a lot of bourbon that I've had. Look at this shit.
Yes, that's a lot of bourbon.
How much is this? Like, is that even a third of the bottle?
That's a lot of bourbon for one night.
That's 112 proof. But I'm good. Everything's good.
Tell D Lucky he wrong.
What did D Lucky say?
5:30's the same time.
D Lucky says 5:30 is the same time tomorrow as it was today. No worries. What was I doing at 5:30 this morning? Shh. I don't. No, she's telling the truth. I don't see 5:30 very much. But what are you guys talking about? Me getting it in, or what is that? What are you guys talking about? Alpha Tiger says Tate's trying hard to get it in tonight. Is he talking about the stuff's already loaded in the truck?
Clothes in the suitcase.
Yeah, that's what it is. I got you, bro. I got you. Don't tell her. No. What? What are you doing?
Putting lotion on.
No. I have somebody I want to call. Oh my God, no. I called back. I didn't mean to do that. All right. I have somebody I need to call right now. I'm dismayed that your number is this similar to that person. All right, I'm calling somebody right now. You guys can't hear the ringing and shit because of the way this is set up, but that's all good.
Yo,
who the hell is this?
Hornswoggle.
What's up, Hornswoggle? No, it's not really. What up?
What's up, man?
What up, Hornatius? Have you been drinking, bro?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
What's been going on? What have you been drinking?
Miller Lite for about the first half of the day, and for about the past 4 hours, Old Forester 100 proof.
Are you tore up, bro?
Oh, shit, man. Bad.
He's tore up. Hey, you posted a picture on Facebook with you and like what? Like your brother-in-law or some shit like a escape room or something? Is that right?
Oh, yeah, we set the record, man. We set the record for that room.
Why
Me and
don't
my brother-in-law and my sister and Hornamania's in that picture, too. He's the one on the very right.
You're a puss, man. That's how I feel about you. You're a puss. You're a huge puss.
I am. I'm old. Fuck it.
You look like an emaciated Popeye, bro.
Dude, I was bigger when I was 13 years old than I am right now.
I know, man. You're a total badass,
13,
man.
I was like 225. I was like 225 at 13.
What's been
I
going
was
on?
like 6'2", 6'3", 225. Now I'm 6'4.5" and 200 pounds when I'm fucking wet.
What's been going on, bro? How you been, man?
I'm doing good, but we better hurry up and wrap this shit up before my wife gets home, dude.
What? Oh no, you're gonna get baited? Is that what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen. Hey,
She's like, what are all these $2 Google bullshit going through our bank account?
$2, $1.99. Well, hey, what do you think about the show tonight, bro?
Dude, it's good. I like the new format. I like it.
I told you guys I was gonna fix that shit last week because we had like 6 drops.
I didn't hear that shit. I wasn't listening to it. Last week was the first one I'm listening in about 3 or 4 months.
Shit, man. What are you talking about?
I was on the beach. I was fishing all day on the beach with my kids and all that, night fishing and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't even listen to it.
All right. He didn't even listen, guys. What do you think about the schedule, bro? Is it good by your standards?
10-0. For real, we're gonna go undefeated, and then at the end of the year, they're gonna call off the playoffs so that they can keep everybody from all over the country from like gathering together. And like Golf Digest is gonna give us national championship, then Jay Jacobs is gonna get rehired, and he will not recognize that national championship.
Hey, brother, how you doing? Let's go through these games. Hey, Hornet, let's go through these games. At home against Arkansas, you got to win on that one.
No, we'll probably, I got Arkansas. We'll probably lose to Alabama, Georgia, and Kentucky.
That's on the road at Alabama. You got Kentucky at home, and then who else?
We'll lose. And we're going to lose to Georgia, Alabama, or Georgia, LSU. You can swap out, but we're going to lose to Alabama, Kentucky, and probably Georgia.
Why would you think Kentucky's going to come into Jordan Hare and beat that ass? Why would you think that?
Because that's so fucking good.
What does that even mean, dude? Gus beats them routinely, right?
He always loses one. Embarrassing.
Nah, Kentucky's they're okay.
Just because I like to bang on Gus. Just because I like to bang on.
They're okay. I mean, they're not great. What did you think about the draw, bro? At South Carolina and then Tennessee. Did you think that was fair?
I mean, they both suck. I guess Tennessee, are they on the upswing, I guess, maybe?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, compared to what they've been the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
No, yeah, they are. Yeah.
And South Carolina is below what they've been the last 7, 8, 9 years.
No, that's true.
No doubt. I mean, it's a wash. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's not great. It's not bad. I mean, it's not, Mizzou and Arkansas or whoever the hell Alabama has.
Yeah, they got some freebies.
Yeah, but I think we can. I mean, truthfully, I think we can beat anybody on the schedule if it goes right.
Hey, Alpha Tiger said in the chat that Horn has bigger ears than Christy Malzahn's sweater pups. What does that even mean, Brute? Does she have a dog?
Hey, no, she's got some sweet sweater puppies. And Alpha Tiger's woman loves grabbing my ears.
You listen, man, I've hung out with Christy a couple times. Administrative assistant has as well, and I don't remember them having a dog. So I'm surprised. I don't know.
Last time you hung out with her at their house, didn't you steal their like Dungeons and Dragons rule book and shit?
I don't know what they had, bro. I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons.
Didn't you feel like Gus's key fob to his fucking ride?
I did drive his car, and he didn't really want me to, but Christy said, my name's on the title, and she gave me the keys.
Oh, such a beta.
Well, Christy's pretty cool, though, man. I don't know. If you're going to be a beta, you might as well be a beta for Christy because she's pretty awesome.
I mean, I guess if you're going to if you got to put up with somebody like Gus, you got to be halfway decent person.
Wow, there's no doubt. I mean, she's pretty cool. I like her.
No, for real though, I think Gus is would be pretty cool to hang out with. He seems like he's got like a real dry sense of humor. Like if Gus wasn't Auburn's coach, I could see him going on the bunker and fucking ruling everybody, and then you meet him and you're like, who the fuck is this for?
Actually,
no,
Gus,
for real.
I like Gus. He's pretty cool. I agree with you what you're saying. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, because I'm the same way. My brother's the same way. I mean, but hell, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, I like Gus as a person, and I think he could be a great coach if he gets out of his own way. And I hope this is the last time at Auburn he gets a chance to get out of his own way with Chad Morris. I mean, not hoping for him to fail, hoping for him to succeed, because that's what's best for Auburn.
Sure.
I don't want Gus to fail, but you know, as a head coach, there's a lot of things that, you know, a lot of track record there that shows he's too stubborn to get out of his own way.
Yeah. That's the way it kind of works.
And if it wasn't for COVID, I'd say this would be his last chance. But with all the money that's going to be lacking from the schools and all the conferences and all that, hell, he's got like 3 free years.
Word.
I mean, do you agree?
No, he ain't getting fired. I mean, if that's what you're asking me,
No.
he ain't getting fired. I know that.
Yeah. Well, hey, hell, call my brother.
Okay, I'll maybe do that, or maybe not.
That's a hard no then.
See you, bro.
All right, man. War Eagle.
See you, man. There he is, Hornatius. One of the all-time great. He has been such an incredible supporter of the Brain Drain. And he's a great poster on the bunker, too. But I don't know. It seems like some folks were surprised about the sweater puppies thing. I don't know. Do you remember Christy having any puppies? I don't know them having any dogs at all. So I would say no on that one.
Wrap it up.
It's funny. So Call Me Biscuit says JGT administrative assistant on a double date with Gus, and he says sweater puppies, but he's probably talking about Christy. Like, me and administrative assistant have talked about this. Like, seriously, if he wasn't a football coach, like if he was just some dude like working at the accounting firm or whatever, like, would you agree with this administrative assistant? Like, we would be friends with him. Christy for sure. Like, you and I both like Christy a lot.
Yeah, but
Gus.
he would be a tough pill to swallow unless.
Yeah, you kind of have to kind of endure Gus for Christy, right? Because Christy's really, really cool.
That's what everybody said.
And Gus is kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I like Gus. I like Gus. And I think that if, like, I was buddies with Gus, like, I would like him more than I do. But, like, sometimes I text him and I ask him stuff and he didn't answer me. And I'm just like, dude, what? Go ahead and answer me. Like, this is, like, an innocuous question. I don't know. He gets kind of, like, weirded out. Like, oh, he's a reporter. I'm like, it's JG, man. Come on. Like, I'm not going to tear into you. I mean, come on, dude. I'm not going to do that. I've been covering Auburn for 20-something years. Like, I'm not going to tear into you. I'm not going to, like, betray you or whatever. Like, come on. It would be counterproductive for me professionally to do that. Let's see. Corny says, oh, my gosh. Corny, did I miss you, bro? Did I miss you, Corny? I hope I didn't. Canoe Man says, cannot blame her. 5 a.m. comes awfully early. Do we have to actually get up at 5 a.m.?
You have to be up because you take a lot of time to primp.
That is true. She says I take a lot of time to primp, which I don't really primp so much as I just need like some time to kind of get going. Because a lot of times when I wake up, I don't know where the hell I am. Is that fair to say? Mm-hmm. And so I need a minute, to kind of.
Yeah. Okay, show your girls and it's time to go.
Show my girls?
Your cute girls on there and then let's go.
I got people calling, Cordy. I don't want to take that call right now. Chip says, what kind of question do you text Gus at 3 a.m.? No, I wouldn't text him at 3 a.m. What are y'all, some of these people that sleep past 5 a.m., Leif says. Tell me you don't get up that early, Leif. Ay. That's really early. Call Me Biscuit, who I consider to be one of our true brain drain superstars, says, I think administrative assistant says wrap it up as fair tonight. Show Jill and run fast. Big day tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Let's see. 6. Oh shit. Wrong application. There we go. Girls we adore. Hold on. Hornatius wanted a different girl on here, and we can make that happen. We'll put her right here. Uh-oh. Do I know where I'm going? Let's see. We got to find the hotties. Here it is. I know the chick that he was asking. He was talking about this Stokey chick. I don't know how to say that properly. This girl here is like a pole vaulter from Cal. Is that right? Hornatius, I don't want to misrepresent her. Corny? Did you say Jill is lame? Are you shitting me? How do you say that? That pisses me off. I'm pissed off. Wait, who just texted me? Uh-oh, my man D in Atlanta texting me. Show your girls, bet to see JGT sweater puppies. Hell no. I don't have sweater puppies, yo. Oh, somebody says Red Sox chick. Uh-oh. Sounds like you got overruled, Hornatius. Sounds like you got overruled, bro. Administrative assistant says I need to get off the air. Corny Mofo says I like Latinas. What are you thinking there? D Lucky says he likes the Cal pole vaulter. We can make that happen, brother. I mean, I think it's just a matter of personal preference on that one. You know? I mean, it's not really my deal, but that's cool that you guys are into that. I mean, that's cool. Let's see. Leif B says Ali Wong is hot and hilarious. Once you go Asian, you never go Caucasian. Courtney, have you ever heard that? Ali Wong? I don't know who that is. Is he joking? Is that like a thing? I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about her. Oh. Well, I can't really post that one, though. Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong there. I don't see any problems there. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, Leif. I'm sheltered. You know? I'm big. You know, I hang out with... We can send that one, though. I hang out with administrative assistant a lot, so I just kind of, you know, like, it's a thing that I'm looking into. Let's see if we can find this one. This is Ali Wong that our friend Leif was talking about. Oh no, I can't make it fit. That's what she said. Oh no, I can. No, 100%. No problems there, bro. Let's see. D Lucky says, nah, she was too tiny for me. Easy up on that, JG. You talking about Stokey? Anyway, you know, we love doing this late. Jill Arrington, to me, is like the gold standard in this gal who's the golf interview girl. Like, she's lovely, too. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with any of that. Let's see. Corny Mofo says, wait a minute. The pole girl has Photoshop what now? What? She has Photoshop boobage? What does that even mean? Photoshop? What? People Photoshop? Courtney, do people Photoshop? I didn't know that. Canoe Man agrees with Leif and says she has great legs. I completely agree. Although the girl from the golf show, she has better legs. That's just one man's opinion, though. I'm not trying to tell you you're wrong. Just saying, you know how I feel about it. All right, guys, here's the bottom line. It is currently 10:31 in the Central Time Zone, 11:31 in the Eastern Time Zone. Your boy JG has got to get up at. Can you give me an estimated time?
5:15 for you.
Get at 5:15?
Because you got a prom. You're high maintenance. I'll get up at 5:40.
That is BS. There's no way you're going to get up after me.
Because I'll have to wake your ass up and then I'll lay in the bed because you will have to get up and do your hair and take a 20-minute shit and.
Whoa. Well, we don't have to talk about that now. There's one I want to check out because Alpha Tiger is he's very shrewd in these things. It says Tommy. Oh my goodness, I don't know who that girl is. Tommy Laren. Do you know who that is, Cordy? I don't know who that girl is either, but I would like to know a little bit more about her. Alpha, would you be willing to kind of share with us a little bit about this girl? Because I don't know who this is. Let me get that picture set up for you guys. Whoa, what happened? What'd you say? I don't know what that means. Oh, she's one of those. Okay. I wasn't able to find that for whatever reason. I wasn't able to find. It says Web P. The picture's messed up. Yeah, I don't agree with you on that one, administrative assistant, but that's cool. Tommy Laren? Is that? Would you say it Laren or Lauren? I don't know how we say that. Tommy Laren? The best picture I have, Alpha, was one that I could not post. Unfortunately, it was just like in the wrong format. Let's see if I can pick this one up. Oh, I bet I can pick this one up. Almost sure I can. Where did you go? Oh, there we go. This is the gal that Alpha Tiger was talking about. No, definitely. Oh no, no doubt. No doubt. She's cute too. Great call, Alpha Tiger. Wait, Hornacia says Jeff Hornacek's daughter? No, we've talked about her before. She's cute though. Wait, hold on. Call Me Biscuit just jumped in, Cordy. Oh my gosh. Hold on. We got to go over here to Brain Drain. Call Me Biscuit jumps in with a super chat. Thank you, Call Me Biscuit. You're always here for us. Says, buy family breakfast tomorrow. Sorry, Chick-fil-A closed. How do we not have that call? Oh, we got to have that. We got to have that. Wah, wah, wah. I'll remember to add that. Hold on. I'm going to add that for next week. Call Me Biscuit. The Price is Right horn. Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. Thank you for the super chat, sir. We appreciate that. Let me go back to where we were. Hold on. That was a really good call, Alpha Tiger. Got to give you credit for that one, bro. This is funny. D Lucky says, just make sure you always say that in text, not verbally. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Because Alpha Tiger said, Tommy makes me go from 6 to midnight in half a second. I don't really know what that means. I mean, is it like time of the night or whatever? I don't know. All right, we're going to probably wrap it up, guys. Seriously, it's 10:35. We have been streaming officially for 3:28. Our podcast timer says 3:19. And it's damn near full. So we'll probably wrap it up there. I mean, for reals, y'all. I do want to say this has been a great show. It has remained online for the entire 3 hours. So that's definitely a step forward. You got to give me credit for that. And I said last week, I will not let this happen again, and it didn't happen again. So that's a good thing. So we'll wrap it up there. We're going to be going to South Alabama tomorrow to move my daughter into college, and it's going to be like both satisfying and sad in a way. We've only got one. A lot of you out there have more than one, and that's awesome. You guys have kicked ass. But I've only got the one, and This is it. This is our shot right here. We got to have a winner right here. But anyway, for real, guys. Thanks for being an incredible group tonight. The super chatters have been absolutely mad lads, like insane. You guys have been absolutely insane. I definitely want to give love to our super chatter Stu Pup, who started us off early. War Eagle 0008. Hornatius had a few. Leif B, our man. Thank you very much for the hats as well. Cardea, Ryan D, S Sim 0008. Appreciate you, bro. Talking about Booby's replacement earlier. Love the cats. Hornatius again. Ravine, Warek, Brad E, last name redacted. Jazzy Joe, one of our all-time favorites, obviously. Canoe Man, D Lucky, J Smith 5187. Chip, Call Me Biscuit. Brad E again. Hornatius again. Call Me Biscuit. You guys are absolute mad lads, and we appreciate you so much for being part of the show and always being there to super chat us and just being hilarious in the chat as well. So we will wrap it up there, guys. Really, really appreciate you all, and be good out there. We're going to move Maddie in tomorrow, and we'll be back. Let's see. We'll do a show on Tuesday, the rundown. You can check that out on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Player FM as well. We'll do that on Tuesday. Until then, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Peace and love, guys. Love you guys.